Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 219. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Ben Barris.
What's up?
Marc Augustiniak.
Hello.
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese, a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Ben?
I got something to say.
Oh, shit. You go, and then I'll go.
Do you know what I killed your baby today. And it doesn't matter much to me as long as it's dead. You don't know? No?
You got me. I was going to
Okay.
say 20 eyes in my head. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're all the same.
I just heard last episode you said you're just going to have like a misfit
New business
store.
every week. Yeah.
So,
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Mhm.
Very good. Welcome to the show. To what might be...
Last episode.
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
I think,
Damn, I'm kidding.
I think this might be some sort of anniversary show. I got to do my maths.
I think it's been a year since obsessive clearing disorder was a thing.
That for sure. I think this might also be the fifth.
That was like 167
Fifth
or something.
year?
I think this might be the 5-year anniversary of the podcast.
Well, why'd you say... We gotta get fucked up, dude.
Dude, well, me and you
Let's drink
are
this
away.
candle.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think this might be like right now might be the 5-year recording anniversary.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the first episode was October 22nd, but I think we recorded like the 16th, maybe? Something like that.
Ay, caramba.
Because we recorded on a... Oh, no, we're a couple days early. The
right.
19th will technically be the first time we sat down and
We'll
recorded.
get drunk next
Well, it's good to
time.
acknowledge it now because by next time it won't be the
Yeah.
19th.
It's true.
Let's do it.
Yeah. 5 years of podcasts.
It's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese. That was back before it was cheese, too.
That was what, foreplay?
Not before.
Or even
four.
that? What was it before that? Was it...
The game fart.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Reason names
Starting
change.
strong.
That's...
Well, happy 5th.
Hey, yeah. Likewise. How's everyone doing?
I'm a little hungover, but
Slayer.
yeah, still Slayer.
Yeah.
I was at a party last night, and it was the drummer in my band. So, of course, we partied, and then as soon as like 9:30, because I got there like 6 and started drinking, partying.
Sure.
So 9:30 hits, and then, it's just after that, it's National Metallica Slayer.
Yeah.
And that's all we do and talk about and listen to.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, how was the wedding?
Dude, it was a dope wedding.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. I also made the greatest mistake of all time. Eating way too much Chipotle and then downing warm, hot black coffee immediately afterwards.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Like I didn't even have like the shits or anything. Like it was like
it's a rock. You're
it-
just
yeah. And it was like, dude,
It's a
why don't
Bob
I just go to the
Seger
bathroom?
song.
Like that's not it.
It's not
dude.
that. I
I'm
just want to
like,
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's-
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I have it every time I eat a cold cut, but I
Yeah.
won't stop.
But yeah, it was a dope wedding. I
Did
mean,
Chipotle cater the wedding?
Yeah.
God, that's
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
smart.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah.
It was but just don't drink any kind of, I guess,
Hot. It's the
anything,
hot.
Yeah, hot afterwards.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And then of course, we took warm shots of Smirnoff.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because why would you take cold shots? That just makes too much sense. So yeah, no, it was a fun wedding. It was a great time. We found out the bartender at Green Turtle's favorite game is Diablo
First one.
and
Two?
StarCraft. He said the first one too, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, respect,
All right.
respect."
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait, does he reattribute his points?
yeah.
He has to respec them?
Yeah.
Nice. StarCraft 64?
I can't take that seriously.
I guess not.
I'm sorry.
I guess. Marco.
Polo.
I didn't even mean to do that. I forgot that was a game that people
That
play.
Geico commercial.
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
see that?
The what?
The Geico Marco Polo commercial.
No, what do they do? Geico.
It's no,
Marco, wait.
no. It's these kids are playing Marco Polo in a pool, and then Marco Polo's there. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey,
Did they say it 3 times? and
Fish
you
out of
shut up? Like Biggie Smalls.
yeah, of course."
How are you?
Dude, I'm good.
Any Chipotle weddings in your
No.
recent past?
But I did have a party of my own.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Party of...
Friday the 13th.
Oh, smart.
Oh, right. You did a big old movie marathon.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just just the usual suspects of my friends showing up. We had invited other people, but whatever.
How many did you get through?
We got to the 5th movie, which isn't one of the best ones. But
I was gonna say, how was the?
Is that the one where they go
descent into
paintballing?
hell?
huh?
Movie
Is that the one where there's paintballing?
I think that's the 6th one.
Ah, damn.
So there's one where Jason literally walks through Times Square. I love
That's
that
the
scene.
8th one, and most of the time they're on a boat. But yeah, they eventually do make it to Manhattan.
God, I fucking love it.
But we decorated the basement. We had like little cheap Halloween lanterns everywhere, lights. Those weird like scenery things. It's like plastic you just put on the walls.
Yeah.
We had one of those put up in front of this bar downstairs because the bar wasn't being used. But the lights, if you flipped on a switch, it was perfectly behind where the moon is on the painting.
Ah,
Because it's like a
nice.
graveyard
Nice,
and a
nice.
haunted
That's
house in the
gnarly.
distance.
That's gnarly.
It was a happy accident. We recreated Jason's little shrine with his mom's head on a table with a bunch of candles and a
Oh,
sweater.
shit. You went all
Badass.
out.
Yeah, and then Joe already had behind his TV a LED light
Yeah.
thing, so we just had a red glowing light behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And
Dude, that's cool.
then there's like this little like door inside where like it's like a little like I guess it's a sliding door, but it kind of bends with a hinge in the middle.
Okay.
It's like glass panels in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand.
There's a washer and dryer behind that, but we had the mask hanging like it's looking through the window, and that was like
Yes.
kind of creepy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. We
That's
had we ordered pizza, we had some hot apple cider. Or you had the option to spike it.
With what?
Captain Morgan.
I was about to say it's probably rum or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my friend who was also a bartender, like she made a drink too.
Damn.
So it
You
was
had a
just like-
bartender at your party. That's what you got to tell people, not
Yeah.
your friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. I finished the movies when I got home though.
Oh,
The rest of
Yeah.
how many?
When Paramount was in charge of it, they went up to 8.
Whoa.
And
they
then
did
New Line
X.
Cinema took over with 9 and X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake.
Man, Freddy vs. Jason was such a piece of shit.
I love it though.
I
There's
saw
something
it in theater. I
It has
remember-
I love
Yeah.
the soundtrack. It's basically just like a nuclear blast like compilation. Like
Oh, those are the best horror
Yeah.
movies. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Rad.
There's a lot of garbage around that time too. Because wasn't Resurrection around that time too?
I think so.
Halloween. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
what a great time for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
slasher
yeah.
genre.
Speaking of garbage, you went to a Renaissance fair.
I did. It's not that bad.
I just mean there's probably a lot of trash on the ground.
Oh yeah,
and-
there is mud,
trash walking
because
around.
Of rain like the day before.
the
and
food
shit.
nice.
Yeah,
but,
it was food.
food really good.
Do they have mashed potatoes? Did you get mashed potatoes?
I don't know if they do. I saw different potato
Who
vendors.
cares? They
I
got
did
deep
not.
fried mac and cheese on a stick.
I
And it's the
got-
opposite between regular and spicy.
Dude,
So
that's
I
wild.
went pretty basic. I just got some chicken fingers because I just wanted to get
That's
to the
good.
shortest line ever.
Mhm.
But I did have a couple bites of turkey on the leg.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's so good.
That's why I go.
Mm.
That's
Thick.
why I go.
It's so good. And then I had a few Oktoberfest, and by few I mean a lot of Oktoberfest. So it was a
Nice.
good time.
Respect.
Saw some jousting with the worst acting ever, but you know I was drunk at that point.
Yeah, so
or
who
not
cares?
drunk, but I was feeling it. It was pretty good.
Enough to where you can start playing along.
Best part was there was like a vendor. It was like a stadium, so they had like a vendor, like a beer vendor, but they were selling beef jerky.
Yeah.
Got a piece of beef jerky. It was so good.
That's
Oh, right
just,
on.
it's like a big
Yeah,
slab
it's-
of meat, just like a circle.
I must have
like,
mist that.
It's really
It's
good.
really good. It's
Damn.
so funny just walking around. And
The
jerky.
teriyaki one is just.
Is it one of those guys?
Yeah.
All right. I'm okay with
And
that.
it's, yeah, over here.
That's what you say?
Well,
You have to
yeah,
say
at
it
the
like
ball
that?
game, you say that.
Over here?
Over here.
Like
Over
when I was
here?
watching the jousting, we had some guy
Over
who was
here?
basically like a Walmart Jason Sudeikis, just like commenting on everything, trying to hit on the lady. Like
Yeah.
that was like part of the show.
Huh.
It was
Oh, come on.
Good
just
times.
had something to say with everyone.
Our night was a puss though. Lost. Bitch.
What color?
Red.
Yeah, that's the one with the long hair.
Yep.
Yep.
Puss.
Oh, he had pussy. I remember him.
Don't talk about me like that. On the show.
No, it
Sports?
wasn't you. I got a fucking close-up look at his dumbass face.
House sports?
Ravens suck.
All right.
That's what I heard.
Fair enough.
I kind of just
Capitals
gave
are
up.
fine, and the Orioles, well, they're gone to November. So
Yeah. That's
Oh well.
sorry. Can't happen. Can't happen. Can't do it. I
Yep.
made chicken wings Friday night.
Oh, that sounds good. What kind?
Buffalo.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not a chicken.
And, well,
That's a buffalo.
So
can't-
when you say you made, did you
All right.
like take out of the bag and put
No,
in a tray?
girl.
Wait,
or
what
no?
is
Oh,
it?
okay, you did.
so here's
Okay.
what happened. Mark said Friday the 13th, and I went, "Ooh, that sounds like a good idea." And then Katie said, "I have an event Saturday morning. Got to go to bed early." And I was like, "Oh shit. All right, well, we'll go out, grocery shop right after work." And then by the time I got back from that, it was like 9 o'clock. I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna make dinner and go to bed." So we went out. I bought the wings. I bought a big old sleeve of chicken wings.
That's how you do it.
Now,
What
deep
ki-
frying.
What kind?
What do you mean?
Yeah, Tyson's, Purdue.
I don't know. Raw wings.
All right.
It's probably Purdue.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was like whatever the meat market.
All right.
They cut them up.
Wait. So they were pre-cut?
No,
You didn't cut them up?
I had
You
to
cut them up yourself?
They-
Dude,
they
that's
were-
the
they were
best
the
part.
full-ass
yeah.
wing.
Yeah, it's the
But
best.
that's good. It's
I
good.
know. So we got back. I did. And I'm not frying shit because that's too messy. And
No.
the whole drive to the store,
But it's Friday.
I said, "Hey, I know,
Fucked up. You fucked up.
mouth,
These are already bad.
mouth." I said to Katie, "How do you dispose of oil?" And she said, "I don't know. Bing it." And I said, "I'm driving. I can't." We get to the store and I was like, "You know what? There's a way to do this. I'm gonna walk you through the recipe that I got on the internet. You ready?"
I wonder if it's my recipe, so go ahead. 'Cause
All right.
Well,
did the
I
same
know
thing.
it's wrong because he binged it.
Wings. Take them out of the
Got
package.
it.
Cut them at the joint. That way you got one of drumstick,
Yeah.
one of the other part of the thing. I don't know what that's called.
Sure.
Take all your cut pieces, get them ready to go. You get flour, 1 cup. Japanese style breadcrumbs, 1
Panko.
cup. Panko,
Panko John. Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
1
Good choice.
cup. Then you throw in a couple odds and ends, whatever you're fancying. I did a little bit of
Coke?
pepper,
Oh.
a dash of salt, and I did some crushed red pepper.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I love crushed red
that's
pepper.
I mean, it's just a little bit. Like
I
not-
would have
got
hinted
you.
some chili powder in there myself.
I couldn't find the chili powder in one reach, so I went for garlic. Just a little bit of garlic.
Oh, okay,
I
good.
got you.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
got
It was just a touch, just a splash
Good. It's
in
enough
the
to keep
flour.
the vampires
right?
away.
Yeah, man.
Swirled all that shit around. Cracked 2 eggs in a bowl.
There you
Took
go.
them chicken wongs, dipped them in the egg, dipped them in the thing, put them on a very greased pan.
Yeah.
Sprayed that a lot with olive oil, Pam, a whole bunch. Laid them all out. 20 minutes in the oven on 435. Flip them. 20 minutes, 445. Take them out. Splash them around in a bucket of sauce. Daddy, you got some wings.
I was saying, because I don't use a fryer with my wings. I just
Yeah,
oven
with
it
your-
up.
Oven them up.
Yeah, well, first I boil them
All right.
for, I think it's like 5 or 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And then I just lay them out on a
Finish
sheet.
them off, crisp them up on the pan.
Crisp them all up.
It's good. Not a bad idea.
Just had
Yeah.
a morbid thought.
Because I just didn't have a fryer, and whenever Faith would come
Yeah.
up to Jersey, I would either make that or chicken parm, and we
Yeah.
would just do that and play
Chicken
Mario
parm
Party
parm?
and drink all day.
Nice.
Yeah,
You say Mario
Yeah.
Party?
Oh, and Tropical Freeze. We played through
All right.
Tropical Freeze.
My man.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of great
all that.
times.
Yeah, no, I kind of, it's funny because like as you're buying all the things, when you decide that you're going to do, that's what your night's going to become. You're like, oh, I should just, why do I not do this all the time?
Yeah.
And then you're making them and you're like, God, this is, yes. And then you're eating like the first 2 and you're like, I'm going to eat wings every night. And then by the time you've
Oh,
eaten
yeah.
15 of them, you're like, what
No
the
more.
fuck, why did we do
Yeah.
this? And the next morning was 28 years old.
Blue
Almost like that
cheese
with,
or
like-
ranch?
Oh, we went raw.
Oh, just straight wang.
Yeah.
I like you go straight
Respect.
wang.
Respect.
Only because I didn't think about it.
But blue cheese or ranch?
If I had to choose, like if I were ordering
If you
wings
were ordering wings at B Dubs,
and a dude was like, "Yo, what you want?"
yeah.
I go blue cheese.
I'd go blue cheese.
Okay.
I
Thank
say
God.
nah.
You just
I mean,
straight
yeah, I
wang?
usually decline because I'm not gonna waste my time with it.
Or I usually get
I like to
ranch
mix it
and then
up.
pass it along to someone else who's like not getting a ranch.
I usually go blue cheese, and as I'm bored in between wings and I'm talking, I might do a little celery in there just
Oh, of
just
course,
to taste the
of
blue
I
cheese.
course.
think it's just good to have a little variety. You don't have to dip them all.
I just love blue
but, like
cheese,
maybe
man.
like 1 or 2. You know.
You guys are all, without a wig on your face, so I need
Oh, true.
I need the minimal amount of obstruction going in. It would be a whole. It's bad.
You just need a straw for everything.
Yes, I grind up. That's what I did. I put all the wings in a blender and then
All
some
right.
hailed
Somebody
them
mama bird.
All
to
right.
my nose.
All right.
It's even that. But the other night I was just like, I'm committing to wings, and I think when you commit to wings, that's when things happen. That's when life was good.
Sounds like a good
Speaking of
point, though.
which, we should do a wing night.
Dude, that would be
We could. All right, we'll talk later.
yeah.
We'll talk later about some wings.
the free wings
The
podcast.
free wings, yeah. we should plan that. But we should also talk about video games because I played a bunch of video games
Gnarly.
like Destiny 2, I'm glad half the table is with me. Woo! Which is me and the other one. So, what the fuck, man? I can't believe how much I am in love with this game.
I sent you the GIF of the week.
Which one?
The little cartoon thing going to the tree, clocking in.
Oh, wait, did you?
No, this was like back on Monday or Tuesday when I found out the Iron Banner was live.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Iron Banner is live indeed. It's
Still current.
Season 1 is
The
here.
very end of it, but you got to hop in today. But yeah.
Shit, really?
Well, when this goes live, it's the last day.
Perfect. All right, good. I was getting worried that I'd run out. Yeah.
We'd have to end this episode.
When the server
Yeah,
is reset
I
on
was-
Tuesday, you're yeah.
So Iron Banner, how long does it last?
Week.
1 week.
1 week from
Do
the
they
server reset.
do they go week to week to week to week
No, so this is something that's going to disappear.
for a while?
Probably gone to November, quite honestly.
Bitch.
Like,
All right.
no joke.
I
Like,
yeah, I
gone to
understand.
November.
Literally.
understand.
Going till November.
Oh, damn it. All
Yeah,
right.
they usually like once every 6 weeks or something like that. I don't think there's one every month, but just about.
Hmm.
I bet you there's one in November and then one like slightly after, most likely a DLC update in December.
All right. So, because I heard there's a really, really good weapon that I may or may not have obtained, but I heard there's some good shit you can actually get out of this if you grind long
So
enough.
I don't know. I don't think I got anything that was too impactful. So I completed it. I completed the 2 main challenges of the Iron Banner Season 1, where
Yeah.
it's the get your reputation of, what was it, Laura Saladin, I think is the
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
name, to level 10, and complete 3 Iron Banner challenges, or 3 of the daily Iron Banner challenges. I did the second one day 1. I completed all 3 of the challenges that day, but they reset every day, so there's something new. Usually something like conquer 5 control points, because Iron Banner is control. It's the
Yeah, so
capture of points.
Iron Banner is PvP,
Yes.
period. And as part of the PvP, is Iron Banner always control, or is it just this one is?
I think everyone I played was control.
Okay, so at least this, your control, it's I don't know what else is control a universal thing? I don't know. I don't play enough of this shit.
Not or Destiny,
No.
yes.
like a
Not
game
other
mode?
games, no.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like
Is it like headquarters?
No, it's like traditional Battlefield gameplay, Conquest, where you
All
capture
right.
the points.
All right.
yeah, Call of
But
Duty has it too,
there's a
where it's
twist
just
to it.
take over an
So
area and
That's cool.
maintain it.
it's like that, but you don't get points for having the bases over time.
Mhm.
You control the bases, and then like the points per kill skew. So, say for instance, there's 3 points on every map. If you have 2 of them, for every kill, you'll get 2 points, and the other team will get like 1.5.
So it's up to you to increase the value of your kills.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I never wrapped my head around the score, and I just kind of let like it was what it was.
You just run,
And then
yeah.
finally, I was like, I'm tired of not knowing the scoring because it doesn't make sense to me. Then,
Yeah.
quick little Google search.
Bing.
Google. I figured out what it was very quickly thanks to Google, and I was on my way, and it was very good. And I twisted my strategy likewise because of it.
It's real good. I got some. My confidence has been building as I've been playing more and more, specifically Iron Banner. Because all week long, once it went live, I was like, okay, let me do this. And I'm like, I'm getting it, dude. I feel good. Like I'm not pussing out when I like get in a 1-to-1 combat. And like I'm taking on 2 dudes at once.
How often do you resort to punching?
That's what I'm talking about.
When they get too close to me, they're getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
But
why.
otherwise, I'm keeping my distance, but also I'm like edging forward. Like I'm kind of taking what Doom taught me last year, and like really kind of just push. But I told you like before, like whenever I play a first person shooter, I'd always be like, "Can I shoot? Okay, but you win.
Excuse me,
great
sorry.
job. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to." Like I do it, and then like the second like I start to like slip a little bit where I'm not accurate because of recoil or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, okay, fuck, okay, okay. This I'm like, okay, I'm getting more and more like, no, I'm gonna kill. This is me.
Yeah.
I win. I am the winner now.
I am the captain now.
Yes, that's what I do. But I like little by little, like yesterday's daily was one of them was the get 2 kills in rapid succession 3 different times, and you told me
was
about
that
that one
today.
existing, and I was just like, oh, I'm bad at this game. I'm not gonna be able to do that. And then last night I did it like within like the first or second match I played. It was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like getting there. I'm still, my whatever you call it, essentially the KDR, kill death ratio. My average is I'm like at least positive. I'm over 1 point whatever, but not quite up there yet with the rest of them. But like last night, there were multiple games where I did like 5 times. I think one time I was 1 kill away from a 10x streak. Like that's not me at all, and I'm like suddenly there, and it's like it's fucking good.
Does this game have like ranked and unranked?
So all right, so this is where minor gripe with the Iron Banner in Destiny 2 as opposed to Destiny 1. In Destiny 1, the big deal about the Iron Banner was your gear mattered. So regular PvP, like your level advantages are disabled. Like your handgun or like your hand cannon does a certain damage, no matter what the level is compared to someone else's hand cannon, which may be 100 points higher than yours. But in Iron Banner, that shit kind of mattered. They took that away in Destiny 2. So now it's just an event that comes every 6 weeks. Your gear really kind of doesn't matter. And unlike in last year's game where like if you got to like it was kind of like a tiered thing. So if you played so much Iron Banner, you got to like a level. And then at that level, you can use some of your different currencies to buy different gear. In this one, you just get Crucible tokens. You get more if you win. Some if you lose. You get some for completing the challenges and stuff like that. And then you use that to cash in reputation, which is something that's very, very common theme in this game, where you get different tokens, you cash them in for reputation, and then you get gear if you hit a reputation level.
Basically, like loot boxes. There's so many different factions in the game. Not even factions, but just like individuals you'll meet in the world. And with each of them, the greater your reputation level, which basically means that you're just doing challenges within their zone or their planet or their whatever. They'll then give you tokens. You exchange the tokens for engrams, and the engrams usually transform into a random piece of gear, which could be a weapon or a piece of gear.
It's usually like main characters from the first game that you're trading these into.
Yeah.
But I did notice one thing that did kind of mattered, I guess. It's along with those side quests after the game where you get like the Sunshot hand cannon and stuff. There's some kind of perk you can get or some kind of item that lets you like not have to reload your weapon. And like it kind of just does it for you. And there's something else that goes along with that. And I've noticed people in PvP that works for them flawlessly, and they get the advantage with kills because of it.
I do have like one of my things for my class. If you hit circle twice to do the dodge, you can set that to auto reload. So like that's one that I haven't. I think mine is set to give me like a quick health recharge. I forget what it is.
Some of them do like if you hit critical. And if you do enough critical hits within the clip, like in auto rifles, like it gives you a partial reload. So like if I have a magazine of 42, like if I get down to 10, it might hit me back up to 22 while unloading. So there's all kinds of different perks. It's just
because I know like the wall I put up when I'm a Titan, like if it makes you crouch like behind it, and whenever you don't have to reload ever as long as that's up. You just crouch. It's like Time Crisis.
Yeah,
crouch, reload.
Got it.
Right? Yeah, as long as you're behind it.
I think what I've learned is mostly just when you start this game. They do a decent job of kind of doling things out at you at a normal pace, but there is still a lot where you're just overwhelmed. Now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I understand how this works. Let me go back and figure out what is it about my skill tree that I can tweak and modify, like really, really get in there and get to the nitty gritty stuff. This week I finally understand how gear works,
like infusing and stuff like that.
I probably I don't know how many hours I put into it, but now like. I'm properly modding my gear, and you can fuse gear. So you take something that's not as powerful as something else, take the more powerful thing and fold it into it. Like I'm doing that right. I've got a shader set that I'm really happy with. I was full on Yellow Ranger till last night.
Oh, you changed it?
Oh yeah, full. I'm in full Halloween style, all gray and black and orange.
Respect.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised you're.
I know.
I've never actually physically seen you play this game, so I don't believe you actually play it because
he does. I play with him.
This does not.
I know.
Out of the years I've known you, we've played like it's not like not a full blown like shooter because it's got like its RPG elements and whatnot.
But it's a shooter.
It's a shooter. We've played shooters in the past. You've dabbled, and then you're like
later. Yeah. This has its hooks in me. I don't know if it's a combination of everything, but the big thing that really. Like now everything's finally happening. This is where the MMO stuff starts coming in. That's really, really, really good. We're not yet at the raid. We could do the raid. I mean,
we have people and some carries.
We got to make sure that we've got the people on board to do it. But there's the Nightfall Strike.
Yeah, I would have joined that Thursday, but that's when I was prepping everything.
Yeah. That it ended up there's strikes, which are just random challenges. Do this, whatever.
Yeah, they're more like a longer base, more skill based like story mission.
Yeah,
and they're a little bit more extended. They're about 15 minutes or so usually.
The Nightfall Strike is reset weekly, and it's similar to the strike, except there's a caveat to it. So it might be that as you move through the level, your health is constantly clipping away 1 point at a time. Like it might be something like that, and you need to get through like that. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Ours was we had to get through from beginning to end within 15 minutes. Every kill that you get boosts your score, your time remaining by a number of seconds,
depending on how powerful the enemy.
Now it doesn't really work out because you get plus 2 seconds for an enemy that it takes you maybe 4 seconds to defeat, right? Like you gotta move. So we dove in, Matt and I, the other night. It was like we were like we did. What did we do? Some Iron Banner.
We did a lot of Iron Banner, and then I was like, I want to eat.
And Matt was like, I'm gonna eat. But can we look at the thing real quick? And I was like, yeah, let's look at the thing real quick. And we looked at it, and I was like, oh, we could do that. And he's like, I don't think we could. He's like, see if when you do it, it automatically matches us with somebody. And it did, and it just threw us in, and we were kind of just hit the ground running. And I was like, well, fuck it. The timer says 10 minutes, but how bad could it be? No.
Yeah.
No.
I was telling the whole time, I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is not good. Like, we spent 5 minutes on, like, a section early on. I'm like, we don't know. We can just stop. Like, there's
so
no sense in pushing
Matt
on.
left and ate. He did that part that he promised he would do. And then later on, he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. So we jumped in, and I was like, let's do it again by ourselves. we got a little bit farther this time, but no. No. So we jumped in. There's a way you can kind of pair up, and then there's people who might be seeking a random group to play with, and they'll pair up with your pair. So we did that, and some stranger named Alec jumped in, and
first time we were close.
We were so close.
We were really close the first time. We got to like the last phase of the boss, and time ran out.
Time
ran out.
Then when we finally got it, we get to the bottom. Like basically the way this mission worked was you start on the planet, and you're slowly, as you push forward, you're descending into this fucking pit. You have to avoid. There's like some light obstacle you have to avoid. There's this dumb drill that's spinning in a circle.
Oh my god, I hate that part so much.
And you got to avoid that thing and make sure you can get down to this whatever.
I was with a sparrow and nope, took.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I got. It was like a fucking baseball game. I was riding it and it just looked fucking clean cut. I'm flying across the
like
map.
Respawn time, it just keeps going up. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, don't try to revive me.
I
I'll just
get the
hit
headset
the
on.
checkpoints. I can respawn.
I was like, yeah, I'll catch up with you. Just
and then fucking Steppenwolf is at the bottom.
Yeah, right. So you get down, you have to fight Steppenwolf. Our final time with it, we're like chipping away. But as you're fighting this thing, there's all these harpies, which look like little starmies just kind of flying around. And they all have like super shields. So we can't communicate to the stranger because I am stupid and don't know how to turn on chat. But Matt and I are talking to each other, and I was like, look, if you, and I don't know what the fuck this guy's going to do, but if you can focus on, dude, I'll try and take out the harpies. So I'm trying to de-shield them and take them out little by little, but it gets overwhelming.
There's everywhere.
And just like knockout. Like one by one, we're all getting knocked out, and you can revive, but you have to wait like a good 5-6 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
It's longer than that. It's like 30.
For revive.
Oh yeah.
If all three of us got knocked out, which happened several times, you had to wait until you could respawn. Now, in another thing, in a regular story mission, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Mm-hmm. But in this, where the timer's like literally every second counts, you'll see why. Being knocked out is just fucked. So,
damn.
We get down. I'm looking at the dude's health, and like it's taking a lot of what we're doing to just chip away at this health bar, and we're not close to the end, but we're close. I know it's gonna take a little bit more, and I'm looking at the timer, and we're under 10 seconds, and I'm knocked out. And I'm like, fuck. I'm not saying it because I know if I start admitting it, I can Matt's gonna shut down, and in that final 10 seconds, you just gotta do it.
Keep the morale.
So I'm like panicked because I'm helpless. I'm like sitting there just a floating orb. One of them, I don't even remember who it was, Matt or
I was alive.
Or Alec.
I don't know. I think we were both alive at some point.
No, you were both alive, but one of you ran over and tried to revive me.
And
As they're reviving me, I'm watching the timer 3, 2, 1,
No.
and 0, and it hits 0, and I'm like, I'm about to just fucking scream, and then I see 2 goblins down plus 7 seconds, and one of them after they revived me, the other one took down the goblins, and then whoever revived me turned and was shooting the motherfucker in the head, and we got him, and it was just like,
Oh, dude.
I started fucking double
Slayer.
drumming.
I yelled in the microphone.
Blast
I started
beats.
running around my room.
I was literally like both feet just. It was the best fucking feeling. I've not felt that good about a game in like it was so good. It was like when I got really good at Injustice. That was the last time I really.
battery popped in my head.
Yeah, it was. It was super, super good. And then like that night, like I couldn't sleep. I was laying in bed just like thinking about it again.
We weren't done. We went to the Iron Banner.
Right.
And I don't know what happened. The Nightfall triggered
Yeah.
something, and within me, I was getting in the
Boom,
4
boom,
ratios.
boom, boom. Yeah. Matt was like killing it. You were like.
I was upset because I got like 470. I was like, damn, I didn't even get 420. I should have died more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have like a person who's dedicated to rocket launchers, but I'm that guy.
Come on in. Come on in.
Oh, I've been using rocket launchers, but if you want to take my place, I'm not very good with them.
No, I want to take your place. Just do it together.
I just
All right,
use
that's
the
fine.
sword.
More rockets, better.
I use the sword, and as soon as I collect the power ammo and run after somebody, I get shot in the head. So that's kind of what I do.
Son bitch.
But it was fucking so good. And then the next morning, I woke up from a dream where I was opening engrams in the fucking.
Oh, God.
I know.
Oh, Christ.
I know. Motherfuckers think Tetris blocks or something. Tell you what.
That's wild.
Oh my God, it's really good. I can't believe how good this game is.
As much as I played Destiny 1, I think that was like my best day of Destiny.
Yeah,
ever.
for that kind of game that it is, I would say that's probably top tier right now.
It's I mean,
Because the icing on the cake was how good we did. Because you did good too. Don't put yourself down. Like it was how much ass we kicked in Iron Banner. We got like 40 tokens in like 6 games.
Yeah, it was
just
amazing.
The dumb challenges we were completing and the amount of winning we were doing. It was great.
It was God, it's so good. Like I just want to go play it now. Like it feels so good, and it has no right to.
And you see, this is the great part. The
Yeah.
Iron Banner's over.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to go back. I think I'm good.
No, yeah.
I'll do Nightfall weekly.
Yeah.
I might do a couple challenges.
No,
and when
that's
we're raid ready. Let's
Same.
fucking do it. But I'm done. I got other stuff to play.
Yeah, no. Last night I was like I'm gonna sit down and play this. Just take my mind off everything. I'm just gonna dive in for a little bit. I did a little bit Iron Banner last night, but I hit a point where like I did the 3 daily challenges, and part of my brain was like, hey, you should go wander for a while until you find the pants you want. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go now.
Not doing that.
I quieted that part and I was like, walk away.
Like today during football, like it was 1:00 and I was like one reputation level away from just being done with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know what tomorrow looks like. I should probably do it now. Now as I was playing, I was like, this is what I got myself into in the last game. But then as soon as I was done, I had the feeling of, well, there's other challenges. I was like, no.
Yeah, just let me go.
I'm going to wait till Tuesday, let the server reset, and I'll play the Nightfall at some point that week.
And we're good.
And we're fine.
Yep.
No one's going to play Trials this week. We couldn't figure it out, the scheduling, so it's fine.
Yeah, I tried to jump into that last night. You need 4
You need
people.
4.
It's funny how much attention this game requires, and you have to pace yourself with it.
Nope, I'm good.
yeah,
I'm
it's-
good. I've hit the end game. I've done most of what I wanted to do. I did the 1 Iron Banner. I was there for Season 1 this year.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
I gotta grind. I gotta make sure I get on that. I gotta
Gotta get my
See,
grind.
don't do that shit. Don't learn
No,
from
I
me
gotta
last year.
finish Iron Banner is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
I
finish
wanna.
Iron Banner.
I gotta see that to the end.
What a game.
Destiny's a good fuck game.
It was real quick. There was I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and there was a guy on there, some comedian, and they were talking about games, and he was talking, not Joe Rogan, but the other comedian guy was talking about Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, if Joe Rogan knows that the other person's a stoner, they just get like fully high out of their mind and just start rambling. So this dude was talking about Destiny 2, but he kept saying like not Destiny 2. Like he would say like Divinity 2.
Oh, well, that's not the same
like,
game. That's a totally different game.
Not
That's a very different game.
And it kept going, and they were talking about it for like a good 10, 15 minutes, and I'm sitting there like raging. I'm like, I need to kill this person. It's like,
But that's
stop.
all right. Guys, don't worry. John Carpenter is playing Destiny 2.
Yes.
Enough said.
Is he really?
Yes.
Like,
there was,
the-
there's
like-
an
Yeah,
interview
yeah,
on
yeah.
The Guardian. He talks about playing Destiny 2 and how, like, he doesn't know what's going on, but
Really?
he loves it, and he's going to dedicate his life to
Out
it.
of any game, just jump in and
And I said, why don't you just score the new Halloween movie instead of playing Destiny 2? But, whatever you want to do, John. Thank
Fuck
you
it.
for
that's
like-
wild,
Thank
man.
you for the 1978 masterpiece, right?
They're paying
It's
me
a great
to say
soundtrack.
this, so I love this
Great
game.
soundtrack.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's good. You play anything else besides Destiny?
I started something.
Oh.
Tuesday.
Yeah?
Shadow War came out.
Ugh.
Hmm.
How is it?
Don't
I
me.
know,
Don't
I
on
know.
me.
You
It's
know I
not-
hate Lord of the
So
Rings and Star Wars and everything.
I had to keep a straight face about this because I had the same feeling as Andromeda, but I couldn't let you win. Because you were saying Shadow War's trash. Shadow War's trash, and instead of me admitting to it, I was like, no, I'm going to play this game and go into open mind. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I was Andromeda, I think, at this
All
point.
right,
Wait,
in
is
the
this a
game.
sequel?
Yes, this is a
Okay.
sequel to Shadow Mordor.
That's
I feel like
what
the
it
Shadow
is.
series is kind of like the equivalent to like Force Unleashed to Star Wars.
No, because the sequel's
No.
worse. The sequel's
No,
far
I
worse.
just mean like not in terms of like how good the game is, just like the way it's designed, how like, you have like a character and like you're following that character that's like in between like all this stuff
Yeah,
going
and-
on.
Oh, yeah. It's, yeah.
You have
Kind of
that.
edgy to it. a
And
little bit.
and both stories are total bullshit. Like no one gives a shit, and they try to weave it into the actual universe, and it makes no sense. But Shadow War and Shadow Mordor have a system that's slightly different than Force Unleashed. It's called a Nemesis system.
Yeah.
Ah,
And let me tell you what, that's the reason to come to play this game.
why? What did
It's a very complex thing.
It's
From
it's
what they-
ridiculous.
from what
It
I
was my
saw.
favorite thing in Shadow of Mordor, like manipulating orcs, having them go up the ranks, showing up to like their clashes to go up a level and like killing the other guy, but then like leaving and letting that guy take over, and it consumed me.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was actually one of my first ever PlayStation 4 games. It consumed me to the point I got so close to the platinum. When I was done, like wanting to do what I wanted to do, I was like, "Oh shit, I just may as well just get the platinum." So
you
I
get
have,
it?
I have a platinum in Shadow of Mordor.
Nice.
Dope.
So yeah, I started it up. I'm not too far into it. It kind of launches. It does not a nice recap. It does a recap of the first game, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that happened. I didn't give a shit." You go into this game, things are happening. A giant spider turns into this wonderful, lovely, weirdly sexy lady.
Oh, what's up, girl?
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
that was a spider. 5 minutes before that little shot right there.
So that's got to leave you kind of real fucked up,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm like scared but seduced.
Yeah.
This
Some might call her
I
a
should
succubus.
have started this on Friday the 13th because I was like, I don't know what to feel here.
All right.
But yeah,
What's her name?
Shelob.
Who?
What?
Shelob. Shelob.
Shilb. It's like Tony Shilub.
I don't know. Shelob. Shelob. I
Happy
don't know.
birthday, Shield. Disappointed in you.
I don't know.
Who's responsible for that?
I don't know.
Jesus.
J.R.R.
Tony.
Tolkien.
You're fucking crying. I love it. Tony Shilub.
I could butcher the name. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
I am on board with his name. You
What the hell? All right. Go ahead.
I guess that's how you pronounce it. Shelob.
No, that is.
yeah,
that is,
All right, yeah,
that
all
is.
We're
right.
not blaming you.
No,
We're-
all right.
Just
I was a little concerned. I mispronounced
No,
that. I felt like an
that's
asshole.
not
No.
you. I'm just wondering,
No.
like, he was at the writing table and was like,
Yeah,
J.R.R. Tolkien.
That was
no,
just
it's,
like-
it's based off
I
of,
think
like, from one of his books.
this Spider Woman was in the books.
He just had this
Oh,
sexy
wow.
spider.
So Joe just put a picture of Tony. What's it? Shalob. Yeah.
I don't know. You said it.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
Yep. There it is.
Go ahead and Google a
Christ.
picture of this woman,
Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
and then you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, and there's some bullshit about a new ring that's doomed now. I don't know.
All right.
Whatever.
That's why I didn't know they were based off
There's-
the books. I thought they were just like this, like side shots with
They
like Lord of the
are,
Rings.
and the premise of this one is because in the first game, like you're killed, but then there's the ghost who ended up being the person that made the main ring of the Lord of the Rings series. He's the one that revived you, so like his ghost is within you to keep you going from like this nether world to the real world, and is pretty much an excuse to have like a detective vision almost. It's fine, whatever.
For some reason, I thought you were like one of the 9 kings or whatever.
No, well, maybe this guy is. I don't know.
I don't know.
So
either.
clearly the story's not what's keeping you going.
No.
What about this game
No.
is grabbing you?
It's honestly, it's that Batman combat system. Like, if you've played a Batman Arkham game, like, you can probably hop into this combat system and feel right at home.
Okay.
For the most part, I love that system. And when I talked about Horizon, I feel like that game, for as good as it was, if it just had that, it could have been one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, I think everything needs a good.
So yeah, like hopping into that system and just fucking slaying orcs like left and right, like Batman beats down goons is cool.
So it's like Batman but killing.
Yeah, and like gruesome killing, like just shattering heads with like forces, like with the palm of your skull, and just chopping heads off and limbs, or chopping 2 limbs off and stabbing a dude in the chest. Like, it's just
Highlander.
It feels satisfying in a weird way.
The palm of your skull.
Yeah, like you grab a dude.
I got what you
then
meant. I just didn't know why.
Bah! Then you just
His skull in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Whatever I said.
It's yeah.
Palm
of your skull.
I knew what you meant. I knew you
It's
meant.
a palm and a skull, and it explodes. Something explodes.
Dope.
Yeah, it's just the combat's just oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
And then add in this nemesis system, which I haven't dived too deep into because I keep getting killed. But it might be because I did something dumb and just went right to the hardest difficulty this game has.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it. But
It sounds like you.
But yeah, I'm having fun. And what's weird about this one is, and I'm going to see how I like this, but the world itself, a lot of it takes place like within fortresses. And if you've seen like think Helm's Deep and the 2 towers and that epic battle like within that fortress, a lot of the environments are like that. They're very like, for all intents and purposes, like city driven almost.
Yeah.
More than open world. So far in the first 2 little areas I've gotten to.
They probably wanted to make it more interesting with like obstacles and stuff.
So yeah, like with that, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like with all that like kind of crammed in, it makes like enemies all over the place. So like you're fighting one captain, and oh my god, there's a captain over there, and now he's joining the battle. And then oh shit, there's that captain. He's now joining the battle. So in the last game, where it felt like you were kind of like one off these captains, maybe occasionally a second one would show up. Like you're almost guaranteed to run into 2 at a time, and then maybe a 3rd or 4th might show up. So that little change in scenery, I don't know if I like it yet, but it's a nice change.
I wonder if it's because they're like trying to limit how many characters are on the screen as to like just
See,
a
that's
field of just people.
You see, that's the thing. I haven't gotten to these big raids yet that's possible in this game, but the first kind of like first mission is kind of like your intro mission, but it didn't feel like an intro mission. It was just a lot of characters on screen. It was NPCs that were actually doing. They weren't just there. They were actually like killing orcs, helping you out.
Damn.
There was all these orcs on the screen. Like it was a lot going on, and it seemed to be
no
running
dip in frame
fine.
rate or anything.
I didn't notice anything.
I'm just looking at the Steam page for it because I thought it was a PS4 exclusive. Where it's awesome. I'm looking at
it's
it.
on
as you're
everything.
talking about it.
Everything, except for Switch, I guess.
That's
Soon to
cool.
Yeah, because that's Warner Brothers, right?
How's the
Story? Oh, I don't know.
not the story. We're gonna talk about the I was trying to think of a pun on
The loot boxes.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten there yet, but I can see.
It seems to be a thing that people are.
So the thing
I
I
didn't
keep
know
hearing
that.
and reading about is the end game where it's going to become annoying.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
But I mean, I'm super early on, and as soon as you kill a captain or whoever is involved in the hierarchy, they drop a piece of loot. So like you're gonna get your new loot through that, and there's all kinds of different captains and stuff because each section has its own hierarchy. So there's captains everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I mean that. Just,
I'm not concerned about that, at least early on. Now I heard the end game is where it becomes annoying. We'll see.
just makes me think of Diablo. Like
Tune in then.
defeat
but-
a bigger boss.
Yeah.
And get
Yeah.
the shit.
I think the bigger thing is that like it's clear that I don't know, the game costs are higher than ever, but the price of games hasn't changed. So there's hooks like this to try and get the developer.
Oh, can
and
you
the
actually
publisher.
pay more to get different loot boxes?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
and
what I was gonna bring up. Was I'm reading the top review on Steam, and it's talking about
from
that
what
right
I've
now.
from what I understand from people who've played it, like the end game stuff almost requires you, like you only get the best stuff through paid loot boxes. And that's where the
You see, I just don't know what happens at the end of this game. I just don't know. Like,
yeah. And I'd like to hear from you specifically when you get there. But from what I've heard,
They've had to make it possible still without it, though. I'm sure.
yes, but
Probably more
also
challenging.
I've
like,
heard it's becoming challenging. So like I don't know. I
think it's
can't
worse
speak
than
to
challenging.
It. Right
Like,
now,
yeah.
I don't see a scenario where I even need it just because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
amount of those captains and stuff on screen. And then I haven't experienced this stuff too, but the Nemesis system's doing all this crazy stuff this time around where like you essentially, and that was some of the cool stuff that was starting to happen in the last game. Like you just start to develop these rivals and these weird relationships with orcs that you just keep running into that keep killing you. And then every time you run into you, or they run into you, they just mock you that they keep killing you. Like, oh, you're back again. You want some more? Like it's just shit like that just keep spitting out. And it's all that. Like, all that little weird dialogue just makes you want to fucking chop their head off so bad. And then all of a sudden, like, you chop their head off, and then, like, they might get their head sewn back on, and then they come back after you. Like, I want another piece of you. And it's,
that's fucking cool.
and it's stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
And then I heard where, like, I haven't experienced this yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. Like, if one of the captains kills you, he might break your main sword that you've been using. And if that's a high-level sword, you're like, fuck. Evidently, that triggers like a revenge mission where you can claim your sword back if you go and kill that captain right away.
That's
like,
pretty
you just
badass.
go track him down in the world and fuck
Pretty
you and
badass.
get it back.
But if you broke it, do you have to reforge it?
I think you get the ability to reforge. Remember, you got
Okay.
this little ghost guy who forged the rings. So I
Yeah.
think he gains the ability to do it
Okay.
again. Like, remember, the ghost character is an excuse for a lot of bullshit, but whatever. It's Middle Earth.
Is
who
it kind of
cares?
like your Cortana?
Nah, I don't know.
I wonder if that game would have been. Do you think it'd be any better or worse without the Lord of the Rings license?
I don't know.
I-
Because something about just mowing down orcs is like the same as Batman beating down goons. Like, you know he can do it. Just
Yeah.
doing it yourself feels good. I don't know. I really like that combat system, and I really like this Nemesis system and how well it was fleshed out in Mordor and the sounds of how it's fleshed out in War.
I just
I don't
wonder.
know,
I'm in the middle of. I'm still reading Jason Schreier's book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, and I just read the Halo Wars chapter, and he talked about how Ensemble, the developer of that, they prototyped a game. Prototype name was Phoenix, and that was going to be their console RTS. They were like, we're going to make a console RTS. We've made Age of Empires forever. Let's make one for consoles. Like, let's prove we can do it. We'll figure it out. And they built this whole thing. It was going to be this cool sci-fi thing and whatever, but they're owned by Microsoft. So even though Microsoft gave them the freedom to kind of prototype stuff, they still had to give them the final green light to actually go forward with the project. And they came in and they were like, yeah, we like it. It's got to be a Halo game. And they're like,
We'd
but,
like it more
but we just
if
did
it
all
wasn't
this.
your idea.
Yeah, like they talked a lot about how it was, they spent so much time building the characters and building the story based on the characters and building the story based on the combat and how all these things, and then they kind of had to scrap it all except for like the combat system.
Yeah, it's kind of shady, but
But I wonder if
People
something like
love
that
it, though.
happened with Mordor, where like they built this thing and they were like, hey, we've got this cool. Like I wonder if the Nemesis system was the crux of it all.
I mean, I haven't seen another
And then Warner
developer
was
do it.
yeah.
Monolith's the only one I've really seen fleshed out.
And
kind
then
of
Warner's
thing out.
just like, hey, we have Lord of the Rings. It's kind of drying up over here. Can you can't make any more Lego games?
yeah, we got the Star Wars out here. We need some competition.
Yeah.
We need-
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
Like I wonder what that would have been like with an original IP, or maybe it wouldn't have done well at all. I don't know.
I see. I think what you can do, like Mordor. You see, it's tough to have this brand new system with a new IP. I think you want to prove the system with a known IP, have it work.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know if I would have did.
If
Like,
you would've
what if
jumped
you
in
what
on-
if you made another game with the Nemesis system with a different IP or whatever instead of just jumping to Shadow of War? Because I feel like as much as I loved Mordor, like I can't talk any more highly about that game. I wasn't kind of in the mood to play it when it came out, and like I got it because I loved the first one so much. But then I started playing it, and now I'm like, after the whole Destiny thing, I'm itching to slay some orcs again. So like, I'm happy I bought it, but it wasn't the same like level of excitement
Fervor.
as when like Mordor first came out and I couldn't get it, and then when I finally got, oh my god, this is the first game I'm getting. Kinda like that.
That's
So I'm curious to see what Monolith does next. Hopefully there's a next. I feel like there is. They deserve it because that Nemesis system is fucking dope.
Yeah.
One last thing. This game, doesn't look great, but
Oh,
it's
really?
fine.
I was looking at screenshots, man. I thought it looked pretty good.
It's the color palette. It's just that
Yeah.
it's just that Middle Earthy,
like the
grays. Yeah, like
The muddy
I haven't
brown. There's
seen
some
any-
green in there, but it doesn't help.
like it.
Mhm.
It does.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any pops of color besides those
Oh, you won't.
muddy textures and like.
If it's war, you won't.
And I forget what podcast I was listening to, but someone said like Talion is the most generic motherfucking looking dude in the world, and that's the main character you play as.
Oh.
And it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I can totally agree with that because like there's nothing that makes him stand out opposed to like Aragon or
Okay.
yeah,
Aragon's dragon backwards, right?
sure.
All right.
It ends with a D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm curious to see how that one.
Yeah,
shapes
I'm
up.
gonna play more of it. I'll
Play,
probably have a lot more hours next week.
You gonna play more door of it?
Oh,
Oh Christ.
Mm.
Not
Did you get
sorry.
anything else?
I today I actually got into more of Until Dawn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're still doing the girlfriend run.
Yes.
How's your story coming along?
It is a spooky game and a spooky time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any twists, turns, anything?
Any boobs?
No boobs.
You get a little side.
Saw some towel cleavage today though.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
Oh,
it.
so you got to the bathtub scene.
Yeah. Creepy bathtub scene.
Yeah, that one's fucked up. And you have
Yeah.
to control her running through the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. Because you feel real vulnerable.
Yeah.
And
Many
I'm
ways.
liking this. I'm
because I
liking
think all
this.
the lights go out at that point, right?
Oh, all the lights been out.
They've been out. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
get in there and Josh is like, "Hey guys, party time!" and then lights go out, and you're like, "Oh well, shit."
Right,
It's not
right.
party time.
But she's in the tub, and then
She's listening to music. She's listening to classical music, just chilling out.
She
in
was
the
out of the picture the whole time, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of shit happened. She has no idea because she's been tubbing it.
The only thing that really
Trying
happened
to
with
flash
her
back to this.
was she went down to the boiler with Josh,
Right.
Rami Malek,
Right.
and the one dude pranked them.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
the monk.
Uh-huh,
and you thought-
Smooch,
yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Shalhoub's in town.
And,
The monk, you get it? Remember that show?
Jesus Christ.
and then then she was like, "Oh, all right, I'm done for the night. I'm gonna take my bath. See you all later."
Got
and
it.
then shit hit the fan, and then it kind of finally
Right, and you're
a couple
right.
chapters later, cut to yeah.
Yeah, because she's just like, guys, hey, what's happening?
Because then
And the
you
guy's
get the
lurking.
movie reel. And
Yeah. You know what I liked about the movie reel? All those posters on the wall, Ty West movies.
Oh, I noticed the
House of the
posters,
Devil,
but I didn't know they were actual
Innkeepers.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Dude, you should go watch those movies.
Oh shit!
You never seen any of those?
No.
I don't think I.
Dude.
I
Ty
just
West?
assumed it was like some
I'm
like
gonna
Naughty Dog
Netflix
shit where
it.
like they reference like The Last of Us and
yeah.
I just thought it was kind of stuff like that.
Uh-uh.
Oh wow. Cool.
Watch those movies.
Oh, all right.
Right this month. Like now.
All right.
All of them.
Can you
Ty
find it on
West,
Netflix?
like T.Y.
I don't.
West.
I
Alright.
think it's T.I.
T.I.
We'll talk more about this later.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, for some reason, why my internet's just not being internet right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You should do that.
Your playthrough that you're doing right now it got me thinking of Hidden Agenda.
Hidden Agenda.
It's by those developers. It's their next game where everybody uses their phones to vote on the characters' decisions, and
that's
you
pretty
see how
cool.
it like
oh yeah,
unfolds.
I just googled search
Who
what
made this?
Supermassive was
It's
Supermassive.
the same- yeah.
Supermassive.
Oh.
It's their next game.
Yeah, it comes out like Tuesday.
What?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should totally get in on this.
Yeah. Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 24th.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh yeah, what is Supermassive
Because it's pretty
up
much
to?
what you're doing
Yeah.
right now, like how you're playing it with
Yeah.
with your girlfriend. Like but you have everybody playing, and you don't know who's voting for who. You don't know how it's going to turn out, and
That's pretty damn cool, man.
yeah.
No shit.
I remember when Until Dawn came out, and I didn't give two shits about it, but I got
have it, but I
excited
haven't played it.
thinking it's a girlfriend type game when you just play with the
I've always had
girlfriend.
the
and
idea with Indigo Prophecy.
Ah,
See, because the thing about that,
It's a weird game.
I
it
love
is,
that
but
game.
but
Yeah.
but I thought of a way to make that a multiplayer experience where you have each person take control of a character.
yeah, it
But
switches.
but you're not going to be in the room when they make their choices because it's
Ooh.
one person.
Oh
Mm.
shit!
That's
so,
cool,
so,
man.
so it's
That's
one because
cool.
one of you is a person that is like doing the crime scene. Basically, you are the person responsible for the scene, and then the other person is a cop trying to figure out all the details and solve the crime or
That's
the
cool.
scene, whatever. So I figured it's a good game of cat and mouse. Like
That's good.
See, this
like
is
to
where, yeah, right. Sony fucked up this year. I forgot how bad their E3 was.
Oh, Ty
Cause-
West.
Not bad.
Sorry, VHS. Yes.
Yeah, he
Oh,
had
yeah,
VHS.
dude, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The first one is.
Sorry, I didn't mean the
So
butcher
you've
that.
seen VHS. Ty West directed the hotel one. With
Okay.
The husband and wife
Ooh.
and the
Spooky.
Wait, is that the
one with the mask.
Bat Lady?
Not
Oh,
the
no.
not that hotel one.
I like you.
The one where the
Oh,
husband and
okay.
wife stayed in the place and the girl,
Oh yeah.
the
Yep.
what do they call her? The hitchhiker or whatever. She showed up with the mask or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
that one.
I didn't mean to butcher your.
No, but that game was announced at E3. The
Hidden Agenda.
yes, and I forgot about it because
Yeah.
they
It got shoved under with all the other
Okay.
stuff happening.
God of War, Spider-Man, none of that piqued your interest?
known entities.
Alright,
There are
whatever.
no surprises.
Oh, okay, whatever.
No.
Oh yeah, but
Radiohead.
I don't know. I get all the Heavy Rain vibes again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really wanted to play a game like that. I've been patiently waiting for Detroit, Human
City.
Revolution,
Mhm.
whatever the hell it's
Yeah.
called. But yeah,
David
this is really good. It has those wonky controls where you don't know which way you're walking half the time, and I like. It's funny because I'm playing and I go and it cuts complete 180, and then my guy turns around and it's a spooky part, and then she comments "Oh, you're scared to go in that room?" No, I can't fucking control this character.
Yeah, I don't know what's
I
happening.
can't stand it. I hate this.
Yeah.
And if after 3 seconds of rage, I come back to the spooks. But my favorite, I've already made some decisions. I already don't like the decisions I made. And,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
that's-
none of them she made, and I'm mad about or anything like that. Actually, I've probably made all the fucked up decisions, honestly.
Yeah.
Because she has now decided that she doesn't want to do all the QuickTime events. She's
Oh,
scared
got it.
of fucking up. And I'm
All
don't
right.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah. So I've been doing all the QuickTime events. And when I think it's going to be mostly a slow section, I'm like, all right, you're playing.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Nope, you're playing. And whatever happens, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been
People are
going
dead?
through and
People are dead.
Oh yeah, people are.
Dang.
People are
spoil it
dead.
now.
I think someone's dead. I'm not totally sure. At least 1.5 people are dead.
All right.
I like that.
Question. I don't know how the decision making works in this game exactly, but do you ever come across this in games where you're probably thinking 10 steps ahead, kind of like chess with these, and it turns out that your decision doesn't mean anything? So it doesn't go the way you expected it at all, and you're like, all right, I overthought this. It was actually way more simple.
I've been doing things like that, and that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things about playing this with her is I see the video game mechanics happening. I'm just so attuned to it, and then she's just not used to it. So cutscene happens, and a character starts facing that hallway. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go the opposite way because there's probably a totem the other way. But she doesn't, she's not programmed like that.
Right.
Me, I played hundreds of thousands of hours of video games. I just know, well, the secret's going to be over in that section.
Right,
so
right,
I'm going to
yeah.
walk over there.
That makes it
She just walks
interesting,
straight. And I'm like, oh, no, you should turn around, look back there. And then, there's a clue or whatever. And, one of my favorite things is I know when the doors are going to be locked because the game wants you to go down a hallway. And, she'll go up to the door, and I'll do it too just to make sure, but I just know.
Yeah.
And she goes up to it, she's like, before she even hits that, she's like, oh, it's gonna be locked, it wants to go down there, and she hits it, she's like, how'd you know? Level design, that's how that works.
Yeah.
The game wants you to go this way.
You're breaking the magic, Matt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I think I made some fucked up decisions. I missed an action, and I think I saved the character. So I think what you hinted at 2 weeks ago, feeling pretty good about. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. She's enjoying it. There are some
That's
decisions where she's either texting me or if I see her a couple hours later, she's like, I'm still shook up about that thing. I'm like, well, it's a video game, but it's you can do whatever. That was not my
cool.
fondest
like
memory
that.
of a video game there. Yes, when a certain someone gets sawed in half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I can't.
so-
I gotta play
She's
this.
a
like,
good
is this Saw? I'm like, nah, parts, I
It
guess.
seems like it's good.
And then
yeah.
and I got to that, I was like, yeah, maybe this is Saw.
Yeah, you get
No, I'm enjoying the story so far. It's spooky enough. Yeah, it's a good time.
dope.
I'm done.
Dope.
Cool.
Take a quick break. And we'll come
I
back.
didn't want to know how far it went.
We'll come back with. We're only an hour in.
Oh, that's not
Take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk a little bit more about what we've been playing. Mark,
Joe.
What you been playing this week?
Oh boy. Well, should we start with?
Go ahead.
You want to start with that one?
Go ahead.
Okay.
What'd you do?
So, still getting into some spooky games here.
Yeah.
Again,
It's October.
Gotta keep up with. Gotta be festive. Picked up a little game called Stories Untold.
Stories Untold.
This is apparently this started out as just one game called House Abandoned, and then eventually became like this episodic little game. It like expanded. So it's a game that's in like 4 parts. You play like everything is like 80s themed, like you're watching like an old like supernatural-ish show. So it has like like the synth intro and like
It's very Stranger Things.
yeah.
I was gonna say
like,
the title
cool,
looks
cool.
super
Yeah.
Stranger
Yeah.
Things.
like the menu of it and everything. It's like it always plays the same intro like a TV show
Mhm.
before each episode.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think how to go about this because I don't want to like spoil a lot of it. But this was a game that I played this like pretty early in the morning. It was like sunlight wasn't even out yet, I think. But I was completely in the dark in the basement,
Nice.
headphones on, all that.
Well, I don't know if all the episodes are like this because I played it too.
They're not quite like they are, but nothing.
Okay.
Like the first episode definitely like is the most impactful in my opinion.
Well, I'm just talking about mechanics because it's basically.
Then they all kind of share that, but
Okay.
this one does it the best.
Okay.
The first one.
It's basically a text adventure,
Yeah,
but like
it's very experimental
yeah.
because there are some like first person elements to it as well, and it's like the entire screen isn't the text adventure. It's you in a room playing on a computer, and you're typing everything.
Is this it?
So then there's
Yeah,
shit
so
happening.
yeah.
That's all right.
There's shit happening in the room while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
We have to
Stop.
be careful.
Yeah, you were treading on eggshells.
Well,
here,
I mean, okay,
straight up.
I'll say as much as the trailer allows. So, like, when it shows the first part, you are playing, like, this old, like, DOS-looking text adventure game, it looks like. And it looks like it could be, like, haunted or something. Something is not right about this. And you're realizing that, like, things around you are also happening with outside of the game. And so that's when, like, shit gets really weird and interesting and when it keeps you going. Like, it actually, like, it had me, like, looking around a little bit. Like in my room, and I was just like, because my eyes couldn't adjust to the darkness around me because the screen is like right in my face.
Well, the sound, like the sound design in general, is amazing.
Like this doesn't really rely on like anything gimmicky like jump scares or whatever.
Cool. All right,
Like-
I might be in now.
No,
There is a seizure warning, so there is
Oh,
like
I'm out.
it's there's a jump
I
scare,
mean-
but it's not a jump scare.
Yeah,
It's not what you think of a jump scare.
All right, that's fine. Like
Yeah.
I don't
I
mind.
mean,
the
I think that part we might be able to say.
Yeah,
It's just lightning.
like rain.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's more so just the noise is the jump
I mean,
scare. It's not like an image.
It's not like Five Nights at Freddy's when
You're
it's
s-
all just
Yeah,
right in your
that
face.
shit.
Yeah,
What was the mansion one about the sister, the exploration game?
Gone Home?
Yeah, like there was that one segment when you went to the basement that I don't know if you ever played that
I
game.
didn't play it.
Oh, yeah, there's a similar thing in Gone Home.
I played it.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Huh.
The light burns out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
It's just,
yeah.
It's just stuff like that where you see your
That's
environment.
fine.
Your environment is
I
being
like that stuff.
affected, and yeah, it's really cool. And then like it's a psychological horror kind of game. It's not yeah. And then like as you're playing the episodes, you kind of find out more. It's actually like
You're supposed to play them in order because I don't know if you noticed if you went in the options,
Yeah.
you can unlock all the episodes
Yeah.
at once.
Interesting.
and I didn't. I was like, no,
I didn't.
I'm gonna play
because it
through
even
each
says
one.
it's recommended you play them in order.
Yeah,
And
and
you
So-
beat it?
yeah. It's pretty short. I would say maybe like maybe 2 to 3 hour game, depending how long you want to take with trying to find what inputs work to get things moving.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
I fucked up because I bought it using my PUBG crate money, and then I meant to play it last week, but I forgot, and then it came up on the Slack channel. I'm
Oh,
like,
this is
shit.
the one you guys are talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So I was like, shit, I want to talk about this game because I've been
Yeah, I think
waiting for this to come out for a long time. So I was like, I gotta play it like at least a little
It
bit.
came out this year too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really
And like House
looking at it
Abandoned
now.
before it became part of Stories Untold, that was in January, and then Stories Untold came
See,
out
I
a
didn't
little
know
bit
there
later.
was like
I didn't know until after I played the
Okay,
whole thing. I was
that's
like, oh,
cool.
you know what? This kind of makes sense now,
that's cool.
given this situation development of it all.
Well, I was telling Mark, yeah, he kind of mentioned in the beginning, definitely lights out. headphones on, tell
Over the
everybody to
radio.
fuck off kind of game.
All
I
right.
played at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when my puppy's running in the back. I'm like,
No
I'm still
bueno.
spooked, but
Yeah.
my spookiness can get more.
Not as spooked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, question.
Hmm.
This has nothing to do with the episode, but it's in the episode. There's a part when you come across a carcass, but it doesn't say what the carcass is.
You kind of.
This has nothing to do with the story too.
Yeah, like, well, you kind of find out later.
But what my question is, what did
I think it was?
Did you do anything? Because there's a little Easter egg in the game.
Oh,
Maybe not an
can you
Easter
interact
egg.
with it?
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to
That's
find it
fine.
yourself?
No,
okay.
you can tell me.
Because
I wouldn't know what to type in to go back and interact with that. I would be there forever.
Well, it's not just this game that'll do it. If there's
Unless I did
anything like disturbing in a game, I kind of like go farther. I'm like, fuck yes,
Did you like?
corpse.
Did you like insert?
I
where
typed
and
touch carcass, and then it was like, why would you want to? It even says something like, why would you want to do that? So I was like, eat carcass, and you're like, I can't believe you're going down to this level. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
there was one part where I was like leaving a room and it called me like I'm not sure if it
Coward.
I'm not sure it called me a coward or a pussy. I couldn't remember. what it
Coward,
said.
yeah, I remember
It
that.
was like, you coward. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Yeah, it's a text adventure, but it's smart. It's not. I don't know if you guys ever played text adventures before, but it's not like you're
Not
just
really.
interacting with a
You
robot.
and I have talked about
The
Zorks,
last
but
text
that's
Yeah,
as
adventure
far as
I
got.
played was the portion in Frog Fractions.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one. I actually
Yeah.
killed some time in the Black Ops version. There
Yeah,
was
I
that-
forgot
yeah.
the menu,
You-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they actually like the cool thing about this game is that it gives you some little like a little bit of puzzle solving too.
Yeah.
So me coming out of Virtue's Last Reward and everything, that kind of came useful towards the middle of the game.
How did you wrap up?
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
did. I beat Virtue's Last Reward. I'm on
Dude.
a Zero Time Dilemma now.
How is Zero Time Dilemma so far in comparison? Because Virtual Last Reward was the one I
well-
knew most intimately.
Yeah, the first two games were all about like these branching little lines of different timelines you can go down, like paradoxes or whatever. They kind of scrapped that this time around, and it's more so just a pile of frames of scenes, and you don't know what order is in what. You just have to go and just
alright.
do everything, and they let you choose because like it separates into 3 teams of. It's like each team has 3 people, and there's 3 teams.
Yeah.
So they're giving you the ability to experience from everybody's perspective in that moment, but instead of just playing through one person at a time. And so you can just see how it turns out, and then you kind of just find what the real path is as you're doing everything.
Characters follow you from previous games?
Yeah, from the first 2 games, there
Yeah.
are characters from both of those. The main ones in those are in this one.
And
Which is weird because it's only like a year difference, but they look like they've grown so much because the way the art style is and their personalities. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost as if like they're just completely new characters. So I feel a little not detached, but like I don't know. It's strange, and I'm not sure if that was I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I like the new style. It's just it's weird because it's nothing like the
last
first
2.
game. Or
And you went?
whatever.
Did you go full 100% on the last one?
I did.
How did
Dude.
that
It's-
affect things?
Um.
Because I know that was part of the thing is like if you see every ending, you kind of get the bigger piece of the
Yeah, and like it was necessary. Like they explain why you had to do everything, and it gets like I thought the story in the first game was wacky. This takes it to a whole new, deeper what the fuck
Yeah.
level. And then all of a sudden, the beginning of Zero Time Dilemma, they're just like, they assume you haven't played these other games, so they're just like, oh yeah, you're this character, and like, oh yeah, like so this is what happened. So this is why he's here now. Like, oh, okay, I'm just supposed to accept this as a normal thing that like you're this dude, but you have the mind of somebody else from like a future or something. I don't know. It's just like that's okay. They're just treated like, oh yeah, that's normal. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why he's an asshole and knows everything.
Damn.
But yeah, I didn't get to the like meat and potatoes of that game yet. I was I kind of just gave myself a little break from it. I don't
Yeah.
like I'm not burnt out, but I don't want to burn myself out
Yeah. That's
on it either. I want to appreciate this final game as
The
much as I
Destiny
can.
approach.
Yeah, like
Is
I
it-
don't. I
Is
don't
this
wanna
on
force it.
3DS?
It is.
It
It came
was,
out
yeah.
last year on 3DS. And
Okay.
it's also on Vita.
Because I
and
have it on
PS4.
Steam.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm playing it on Steam.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure if that makes a difference.
I don't know.
Because like the mouth movements seem a little better this time around.
The thing is, I was looking at after the last episode I was on, I was looking at the game before on 3DS, and I kind of prefer those graphics. Like it has like
the
that,
mouth movement seemed better on 3DS. I felt like I was watching some videos just trying
really?
to
I didn't notice that part.
I'm not too sure though, but the frame rate's a lot smoother on PC.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But like just like the 3D objects in that game, it had like that PlayStation 1 vibe. Like,
yeah, I could see how
type
like using the
graphics.
stylus would probably be a little
Yeah.
more helpful, but just because of the reading, I just like to watch a big screen and lay on my bed and just like, all right, just let this play
Can't
out.
beat that. Cannot beat that.
Theatrics.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But yeah, just touching on Stories Untold. So yeah, like the little bit of that puzzle solving, that kind of helped me out. I felt like my brain was still fresh with like being creative and like, all right, I need these little details and whatever. So that helped. But yeah, that's a nice little game. I recommend. It's pretty cheap too.
$10.
It is.
I'm
It was
not
on sale when
it's
you.
not on sale anymore.
It's not. Yeah.
Damn.
When was it on sale?
When I got it and when I told him about it, I think last week or something,
Oh,
it was
great.
like
Well,
$3.
Well,
Yep,
fall
I
and winter
just-
sale are coming up, so it's probably gonna
Yeah.
drop down.
It's too late. I already spent $10.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, it's too
So
late.
what kind of going on with it? What I've really
And you guys
like,
fucking talked about it. You guys were like, hey, buy this game. It's dope and it's on sale for $3. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I'll hear about it later. And yep, all right.
So
Damn
I mean,
it.
well, it's still. I would say it's still worth the $10. It's it's a well-developed game.
I got 2 questions. One, $10. Is that all 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like
perfect.
you're not paying per episode. It's just the whole.
yeah,
Okay,
it's a
yeah.
package.
Sorry, my
Yeah,
new-
just the game
new
is
trend
just-
of the gaming.
Of course,
has me,
yeah.
I mean, if it was like EA or Ubisoft, yeah, you buy per episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Warner
they
Brothers.
use
Yeah.
episode in the
With the
most
loot box and
like-
10 loot boxes for pre-ordering.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
episode in the most literal sense, like TV sense.
Love
episode.
that.
Yeah.
Also, what if you said headphones on, lights out? And I totally get the whole headphones thing.
Yeah.
What if there was a headphone splitter with someone next to you?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, like, why not?
Why, you trying to get nude?
No, well, I mean,
All right.
it's still spooky month. I gotta move on to something after Until Dawn.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
mean,
Never
like-
mind. Yes.
I mean, like,
I guess
Metallica.
I guess I could do it nude. I don't know.
you don't like necessarily need headphones in that situation. I guess if you don't want to complicate with like listening wise, I don't know if like the cables will be an issue with like the distance of it.
No, I
or
get it. Just isolation.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Just as long as you can hear everything.
Yeah, as long.
As long as you have a
Oh,
good
this
bass.
boy-
You just
this
need a
boy
good
has good
bass.
speakers. All right, I'm not concerned then.
You have
This
a nice
boy has good
subwoofer.
speakers.
Just make just don't do it when you have a puppy running in the back. You know, like
Alright.
gnawing at your leg.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
But because even like I remember years ago when amnesia was a thing.
oh yeah.
That first one, you were like, dude, you got to do it, and I did it. But like Katie was sleeping next to me. It was middle of the
Wait, are
night.
you talking about amnesia or penumbra?
Amnesia.
Okay,
I feel like Penumbra's a little freakier.
that's because I was proud. I had
Wasn't
a hard-on
amnesia
for
the one that
Penumbra.
everyone was like?
Penumbra? Is that what?
Penumbra?
Yeah.
Pen-
Penumbra is like the
I thought it was
like-
Machine for Pigs.
Machine for
That's
Pigs is a
Amnesia.
sequel.
Amnesia sequels,
Yeah.
which is technically a prequel. I think.
Yeah. I think Amnesia was Dark Descent, wasn't that the
Yeah.
original
Yeah.
subtitle? That what weren't you about that? And simultaneously
so-
everyone was.
Well, I was so excited for it because of Penumbra,
I think that's what like.
but then I just thought the game wasn't scary at
That's
all.
a game. That's
Yeah,
more
I
famous
played
for,
it.
like,
and I was
YouTube
not
and stuff.
scared. Like everyone was like, "Dude, it's a scary fucking thing."
That's
when,
what-
the thing comes near you, it was Tyler.
Okay,
That's who it was.
that's what it was. No, the only scary part for me was when you're in like that little cavern thing and you were on like the water stones
I didn't even
and
get.
you
I
hear
just,
like the splashing.
That's like the second part of
Yeah.
the game too.
Yeah, that was the only part I found scary. Like I,
remember
didn't even
just-
finish it. Like
I
was
remember
so bored
running
with
and
it.
hiding in a
Yeah.
closet because it told me to do that, and I was
Yeah,
like,
but
"All
then
right."
it's like, hey, darkness will. You can't stay in it too long because you'll start seeing things
Yeah.
and hallucinating.
But then,
and
like, I saw the monster, and I was like, "Oh, okay.
it's just a skin thing.
Yeah, it's
later
But-
days.
but you're not supposed to see. It's the
Yeah.
old
Yeah,
school horror movie. You're
I
not
know.
supposed to see the monster.
know.
You know the deal. You
I
know
know.
the deal.
yeah." I'm excited about Stories Untold. That should be a
That's
fun
great.
little.
You'll like it. It's spook. It's very spook.
Yeah. It's a cool psychological thing.
Mhm.
So I guess moving on from that, I played another spooky game immediately after that because I was seeing because I remember we were in Slack and Ben had mentioned a website called like itch.io or
Mhm.
I just
Itch.io.
I just say itch.io.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you're supposed to say it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
I just always. I always.
I just do
refer to it as
itch.io. Don't matter.
Issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I went on there and I guess it was like a front page thing or something, but somebody was recommending this game called Faith. And I was like, what is this? I look at it. It just looks like an old like Atari looking game where it's very minimal and
blocky graphics.
Yeah, and like so like I watched the trailer and I was like, ooh, like there's some like the way the cutscenes are, it's like hand drawn animation with like pixels, and has it definitely pretty eerie. And I started playing that, and boy, it's free, so I see no point in not to play it. But the voices in the game, it's like that like those old arcade games when they have like a robotic voice because they can't, because it's like very compressed voice work.
He's on the site right now. That's what I'm
yeah. What's that one arcade game where you're in space shooting, but this weird like skull thing comes in.
Sinistar.
Sinistar. It has that
Where I live. Yeah.
It has that kind of voicing in it,
okay.
but like more distorted. And you're this priest, and apparently you tried to do this exorcism like a year or two ago, and it didn't turn out right. So you're kind of like trying to finish what you'd started. And how like you have to walk to this house through the woods, and it's all like haunted with ghosts and everything. And your only ability is to put this cross up to things to exorcise demons out of it.
It makes sense.
And by doing that with some objects, you'll get notes, a little bit of lore to everything around you. And if you're in the woods, this weird like creepy white thing starts crawling at you and starts saying like talking like that Sinistar kind of voice, but more like high pitch.
So that thing,
that is what it looks like in a cutscene.
all right.
But yeah, it's just like this white thing coming after, and then you just hold up your cross, and it'll go away. And you're just unfolding what happened, and you're basically just trying to finish this exorcism. And there's like multiple endings.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it's really neat.
There's
like,
only 1 to 2 hours I just read. So
I
that's
couldn't
dope.
find anything about it online for the time when I played it, but now it's starting to like hit YouTube a bit.
That's cool.
I need to play this.
Yeah. When you sent this the other day, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little challenging. It gets less about like trying to scare you and like with the story, and then it becomes towards the end more of like this like challenging arcade like boss fight where like it's all about skill and movement.
Yeah.
But
it's cool.
It definitely makes you feel vulnerable because there's parts where like you hold your cross up and there are things coming at you that are not repelling, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's rad.
Yeah,
that's really dope.
I love that site too. It's
yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back there and look at more
the
things.
modern era, new
it's
grounds.
that's seriously what it is. That's seriously what it is.
So that's my spooky games. I think I already talked about Virtue's Last Reward, so don't really need to get into that. A mobile game.
Oh yeah.
I don't play.
Animal Crossing ain't out yet.
Yeah, I know. I don't really play too many mobile games.
Yeah.
Or if I do, it's not short-lived. I mean, they're not long. They're short-lived. But this one is Digimon, so I had to give it a shot.
Digimon Go?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, this is called Digimon Links.
What?
So it's pretty much just like it's kind of like a gacha kind of game.
Okay.
Kind of like how similar to Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
Where like you just get certain heroes and you go in and fight, you level them up, and you're just grinding that basically.
Yeah.
But this is more fleshed out. So like you have a little it's a farm, but you know, you get the certain Digimon, you evolve them, make them strong, and then you go into battles. And the battles is what I like about this, because it's a very similar turn-based. You have a 3-man party of your Digimon, and you fight them, and it plays similar to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. So it's just like a turn-based RPG type thing where you have your attacks, you pick who you want to fight, whatever. Like your type matters and what your weaknesses and assets are to each one, because there's elements and stuff involved, and it's like kind of not really Pokemon, but like in that similar concept with like what works against what. Mm-hmm. So you have to like kind of strategize in that sense. And the coolest thing about it is its multiplayer function. So this has a co-op feature when you do the battles, and it's not like, hey, let's just load this friend's like file and their AI will fight with you. This is real-time multiplayer. So you set up a little match, and usually each fight costs stamina. But this, if you're not the one hosting it, it won't use your stamina at all. So there's no real reason like not to do it. But if you're having like a tough time with something, you just join up with 2 other people, and you each take your turns, like playing as your preferred Digimon and fighting the other stuff. And
you're playing with real strangers.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And then like you get awarded for everything you do. So it's like you built like upgrading your farm, like all the little buildings are in it. They all do certain things, like leveling people up, going get in the fights, just collecting shit. Like, I mean, it's a mobile game at its purest.
Yeah, but
you can still pay for shit to like move things a little faster.
Is it a free to play? Or?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. But it's very fleshed out. I love how much effort they put into this, and I'm surprised by that because they had another free to play game that was like a match 4 like color game, and like that's all right, like it's okay, but no, this one I'm still coming back to, and then I don't know why. Like I see it for what it is.
Yeah.
And they have like little special events here and there where it's like if you save up a certain amount of digistones, that's their like currency. Like there's a chance you can get like certain specific Digimon that's really hard to get in the game for real because Mega's the highest you can evolve something to. So you can raise it from like a baby all the way up to Mega. But to get to Mega, it's not just a simple, hey, I have the stats, I'm ready to Digivolve or whatever. No, you need to get fragments, like shards of that Mega form first, along with these other little like crystals that you need to like fill up the requirements to Digivolve them. And that part is what makes it tough. In some fights, it's like, damn it, I really need this level and I just can't do it. So yeah, I've been hooked on that for like the past 2 weeks.
You didn't go too far with Fire Emblem, right? You did the main story and then kind of...
Yeah, like that story was over. This story, I'm not finished, like the normal one.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'm on like area 13, and like each level has like 5 stages in it, and it gets harder with each one, with the rewards being better in each little part. So I don't know how many there is, but yeah, it's getting to a part where the grind is real.
Yeah.
The grind is real.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get specific Digimon that I want in my party, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Like it keeps everything to a minimum. It's not too over the top. It seems like there's a lot of bells and whistles going on with it, but it's really isn't. It's very simple. Like the training and raising them, all you have to do is just feed them meat.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
like because in the digital world you have a little meat field, so they grow like crops. So it's just like a little like dirt thing, and then meat just pops up every minute. Like, all right, cool, and then like you can upgrade how many you hold versus like all that stuff. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice balance. Like they cared. They got the most important parts done right. Full 3D models in the in the battle mode and even in the farm. Like the farm mode is isometric, but the battle mode obviously is like moves all around, camera angle, like traditional RPG, like JRPG fights or whatever.
So who did it?
Bandai Namco.
Oh, because I couldn't remember if I kept thinking it was.
They pretty much own that franchise.
Okay.
Since like day one, because that's a branch off of Tamagotchi.
Was it like something? Was it its own thing first, and then Bandai Namco, or I guess Bandai or Namco at the time wanted to buy it out?
No, I think it just because Bandai Namco is behind Tamagotchi, I believe.
Okay.
And they needed to, I guess, market towards the boys, so they made Digimon, and then then the show and the manga and everything followed after, and now here we are. Because now it's kind of, you see little bits of their past in this, so that's why I like about it. There's nice little like they pay attention close to detail, like the loading screen. You see a little Digimon going around, like, and the Digimon is evolving as the loading bar is going up to like a thing.
That's cool.
But the sprites that are used for it are based from the virtual pet.
That's cool.
But just more color out and detailed. It's nice. It's a nice little like just little nods and stuff.
What?
I'm sorry. I just realized the beer you were drinking was an Iron Maiden beer.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, but I just can't believe Iron Maiden has a beer. Like, yeah, that's awesome. All right.
It's good.
Sorry.
Sorry. I don't think Slayer has one. I know Anthrax does.
Slayer doesn't need a beer. It's just blood.
Yeah.
I know Metallica has weed, but I don't know. Yeah. AC/DC has fucking pain medication.
Just battery acid.
Yeah. I think AC/DC is more coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope though.
Yeah, that's.
I always felt like
I like when like mobile games done right, or
the
person playing it feels like right.
But Digimon for me in general, that was like,
it's a very obscure.
It was because it was around when like Pokemon,
right?
In the 90s,
and because of the name, it gets that always like it's a ripoff type deal, and they're Pokemon completely
did it first,
right? And it's like they're completely different once you play it.
Pikachu is dope.
I always felt like it was like the smart guys Pokemon, just because it was obscure.
Kind of like instead
and you
of
had to go out of your way to figure it out.
Because it's not about like collecting monsters and you just use them as just like fighting tools. Like, no, this is like you are usually in the show and everything. You have a partner. He can speak. He's not just his name. You can go back and forth between forms. Like, it's a friend. Like, it's actually like just a monster equivalent of a dog that can talk to you. So it's like, that's awesome, and it fights for you. And
I remember watching the cartoons. That's anime. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know, like how childlike that was.
Yeah.
Well, they like have like a newer anime now where like they're grown up, and now like whatever they were like their problems they didn't see as a kid, they now notice as they're older and trying to. So it became like a drama series.
Oh, okay.
And it's like trying to grow up with these monsters and everything. It's
like Rugrats all grown up.
But better.
I'm kidding.
My dude.
I agree with everything you just said there. However, that dig at Pokemon with Pokemon when saying their name, how about Team Rocket's Meowth? Just gonna throw that out there.
Yep.
No. There are
He
a
was a
few.
cop.
There are a few. No, like Lucario. I mean, like Lucario can talk. Mewtwo can talk. There's a few Pokemon like that are psychic
Mewtwo
that
can
can
talk. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's true. But like, see,
But Pikachu.
I don't know. I mean, the one thing that Pokemon I feel like got right is that they have a world that's built around living with creatures. Digimon has its own separate world, and it's made out of files that we don't use anymore.
That was always the.
So like all these weird Digimon that you see, it's like a lot of them, like some of them are like very metal as fuck. Like,
Ben has that stare now.
Like there's one that's just called Metalmon or something like that, and he's just like all of them end in Mon, of course, but like no, he has like a metal like mask, blue fire hair, like spiked
Does
boots.
he or
I'll
she
take
drink
it.
blood?
I'll take it.
Some of them might. I mean, there's one straight up based on Satan, and like it gets
Now
crazy.
Joe's intrigued.
Hello.
There's a couple waifu ones. They're like it gets
What?
crazy. Yeah, like there's all kinds of monsters.
This is all in this phone game, yeah?
Some of them are, yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to really play one, and you just want like the traditional JRPG style, like RPG style,
Play Pokemon Go.
no, it's like Cyber Sleuth for real is.
That one's on PS4 and Vita?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty polished.
Nice.
Vita.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my.
You didn't play any Friday the 13th? They got an update.
I did actually.
Yeah?
I played it yesterday. I didn't know if that was worth mentioning or not.
Well, did you do the new stuff in the update, or what
Yeah, they
changed?
added a new
It's-
map.
Yeah.
They added the Tommy Jarvis's house. That was
Tommy
in-
Jarvis is the face boy?
No. Tommy Jarvis is the man for the movies.
He's introduced in part 4 as a kid.
Oh, Breckin Meyer.
Corey Feldman played him.
Oh, Corey Feldman.
He actually like hacked Jason to death in the end of part 4.
Oh, that's Tommy.
And
Yeah.
then-
Spoilers. Goddamn.
Yeah.
And then fuck part 5 because that was stupid. And then part 6, he's an
Is that
adult.
the one with the paintball? I'm just kidding.
Is 5 the one where at the beginning they stabbed the dude? Like they dug up his grave just to stab him again and then lightning struck Jason?
That's part 6. No, Tommy Jarvis wanted
fucking
no,
dumb. I hate it so much.
much.
no, part 6. Well, that was the setup. Tommy wanted to come back and
I thought it
finish
was
it.
cool.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. He got a little ahead of himself because that fucked up his childhood. So he was kind of a little crazy. Like he just got out of a psych ward. And he wanted to go,
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So he wanted to go finish the job, but instead
I'm saying you
resurrected
don't
him.
see me defending Halloween 6 over here.
No, like part 6 is actually pretty cool.
Told you.
But yeah, but you play in that area, and it's a big map, and then like they added
Cool.
rain now to all the levels,
Ooh,
so that definitely
spooky.
adds a lot to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added like a new character named Mitch. He's like a stoner dude, but you don't get him to your like
Mitch.
high enough level.
They didn't fix the faces models, did they?
No, Chad's face needs to not be fixed. That needs to
Yeah,
stay
yeah, yeah.
broken and bad. That is my favorite. Actually, if you play it at the new map, they show one of the girls dancing on a porch, like so white, and it's great. And
then
like
you
he
just
still
see his
has that
fucking
bad
face.
face. Yeah, actually, my friend printed out his face and wore it as a mask at the party.
God, that's how you do it.
And then
really
like we
good.
took it and put it in the window, so when you go downstairs and see it, it's just a floating head there.
That's pretty good. It's rad. Cool. Yeah, I was curious.
Yeah, it was a free double XP weekend.
Right on.
Yeah, the game came out physically on that Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So with all that stuff attached to
Yeah,
it.
some of the
so-
developers tweeted.
Yeah, they have a big list shown as a map of Camp Crystal Lake showing like every day, not every day, but most days, including Halloween, they're constantly adding stuff to it. So the game's always like improving.
That's cool. That's good.
Right on.
Surprised I'm still playing it.
Yeah.
There's a small
like,
chance
it's
I
so-
play it this week.
It's so faithful to the series, I realize. Like, because now rewatching the movies,
Yeah.
I'm noticing all these details, and like, it's a real love letter. Like, it's definitely, I can see the appreciation.
That was a Kickstarter game, right?
I think so.
What?
It didn't start as a Kickstarter. Like,
But then it failed, and then they something.
Yeah, there was some bumpy beginnings or something.
well, it was its own thing, but then eventually they got the Friday the 13th. It was something like straight up Jason without calling it Jason, and then eventually they got the license for Friday the 13th and made it a Friday the 13th game.
That's cool.
I don't know what happened with the Kickstarter. There was any struggling, but
dude, but that actual Friday, like I had on my Spotify, I kept looping Misfits Friday the 13th.
Yeah, dude.
That's how you do it.
And then I forgot that song is in the game.
Is it really?
Because it was when you're Jason, you go into a mode where you can see where people are by like a sonar wave.
Yeah.
Just so you know where to go without taking your time, like just looking over the whole map. And it's like a big circle that emits the more noise you make. And you can go into a house and there's a radio. You can turn on a radio to fuck with Jason. And sometimes that song plays. Because when I first heard it, I didn't know it was Misfits. And I felt terrible. But I was just like, this sounds like a song they just made just for this game. Because it's all about... Because I heard Friday the 13th. I was like, this sounds...
But then that's just Misfits. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was like... I liked it. I was
like,
oh, damn. All right. And I just kept, looping that.
Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp. Was what that was
the update?
Yeah, that was what it... No, that was the original thing for the Kickstarter thing where they were like, hey, this is what it is. And then, they announced that it evolved.
I hope they eventually add like a Jason X map and hit in that version of Jason. That'd be so cool.
Cool. Pretty dope. Ben, what you been playing?
I'm going to start with what I start with every time. PUBG?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard it before. Usually when I play pub, I block the rest of the day out because it's that kind of game. And I finally got chicken dinners.
Oh! There was an S at the end of that.
Dinners.
The dinners.
Is that what this is
hella
for?
hungry, yeah. I was hella hungry that day.
Oh,
well, the
shit.
first one, it was more of like a cold chicken dinner because it was...
I know I'm late, but... Oh, that's not loud at all.
Thank you. I'll take it. So, first time. You know what? That's been stuck in my head the whole time ever since. Jesus Christ.
There it is.
What language was that?
English. Talibu, Debu, doubt you.
So the first time it was definitely a cold chicken dinner because...
What do you mean by cold chicken dinner?
I was doing duos with Barb. And duos is just you team up with one other person.
Yeah.
So when you play in the map, everybody else, it's just they're teamed up as two.
Sure.
Same happens we do 3 and 4 and whatnot. So we were down to like the final 5. It was a rainy map, and the last circle was in like some open field. So everybody is just crawling, and it was that map. So it's like, if you see the pixel of another character, they're fucked, and they don't see you. It's just, I was that guy.
Oh man.
So I got demolished, but then that gave Barb the upper hand. It's like, oh, and he went up and just
pop.
Yeah. Chicken dinner.
All right.
So I was like, you know what? That was my first one. I'll
You're
take
there.
it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, dinner's a
The
dinner.
monkeys,
Right.
monkeys off the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
So it was. I don't know if you ever played with my cousin Angela before. Any game in general.
No, because I never Angelo. Yeah.
If there's one way to describe him, Rambo.
Okay.
And he pulls it off.
Knife in mouth.
Like seriously. But thing is, he's been playing this game like for 8, like ever since it was first announced and whatnot. But he also played like
King of the Kill,
H1 Z1.
Yeah, King of the Hill. Yeah.
So he is
whatever
like
it's called now.
he's like legit like it's cringy to say this, but like pro status. So
when
you play with him, he'll like you kind of like realize this game is also like a detective type work. Like we'll go to towns and he'll be like, all right, that car doesn't spawn there at that angle. So that means all the doors are closed except for this one on the top floor.
What the fuck? That's just
There's definitely
science
someone
shit.
fucking in there. Next thing you know, he runs inside the house, kills 2 of the dudes. It's just like, all right.
I'm not
He's
that
that
extreme
guy.
with it, but in Friday, I can tell who's been in the house and searched it for items. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
windows are open, that door is probably locked, and I'm gonna not waste my time.
So you have to do detective work too when you go in towns. So he's also the type of guy that's like, oh, there's 2 dudes, 235, instantly killed. It's just because he knows the ins and outs of everything. And it's because there's no vaulting. He knows the specific spot of the certain walls.
Oh,
that
so
you
he
jump.
can hop over the
He
can now.
Yes.
He
yes.
sees the Matrix. He
Yes.
sees the coding.
Yes.
beyond-
Yes. So like I remember I was following him. Be like, all right, go right behind me and then jump right after I jump. So then we finally like jumped over like said fence. So it was me, him, Barb, and our friend Austin.
Hold on. I have to ask this question. What was the biggest accomplishment for you? What was the bigger accomplishment? The chicken dinner or vaulting the fence?
That felt great. That felt great. So it was same thing. Like it was down to like the last 10, and this was a tough last circle because it was on a hill and it was in like the woods. So it was nothing but like trees and maybe a rock here and there. But the thing was, we all lucked out. We all got silencers for our
Sweet,
rifles.
nice.
So I like my go-to gun. Everybody hates it, but mine's just the AK because it's powerful as fuck. They nerfed it a little bit, so when you shoot, like the recoil is like out of this world. It's whatever. So it was like legit last 10, and this whole time we're playing. Angelo's just he's just barking up orders like, all right, you lay down, tree over there. There's gonna be a dude there in about 10 seconds. Next thing you like. It's like, oh, all right.
What the fuck?
So, he's like,
That's cool.
He
he's
sees into the
crazy.
future.
But the thing is, he's not a dick about it either. Like, if you were to say,
That's
like,
good.
no, I don't think so, and he's like,
okay,
you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. We'll just do that. You know, but like, most of the time he's right.
And then they die. He's like, "See, you
Yeah.
should have listened to me."
yeah.
But like,
Call
say,
yourself.
the thing is, like, he has the most insane game rage. So when he dies, it'll get quiet. And then the next round will start, and he'll still talk about like what he should have done the round previously to
That's
avoid
really
that.
good.
I'm like, dude, it's all good. You are forgiven.
Dang.
So anyway, yeah, last 10, we're all sitting there on this hill, and it's just the numbers are slowly 9, 8, 7, 6. So then I think it was like Barb died, and then Austin died, and then it was just me and Angelo, and then. It was me, Angelo, and then one more guy, and we didn't know where he was. So, same thing.
Pixel.
Sitting there pruning, and then this tree, I noticed there's like this little nudge. I'm like, Angelo, I forgot the number. It's like 146, whatever. And he's just looking at me. He's like, all right, don't fucking move. So we're just sitting there, and then lo and behold, this dude eventually did the.
No,
Like,
dumbass.
he would
Yep,
eat-
the
lean out.
lean. The
Yep.
leans, yep.
And then my crosshair is legit like on his chest, but as soon as he pops out, it's just like from
Oh my
Angelo's
God.
side. It was like no, but it was fine. Like we chicken dinner straight up, and I was like, oh, actually, I'm
I'm alive.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's
that's
fine.
so cool.
I like to
Oh, that's
imagine when the bullet was fired, it went into the enemy's barrel, and then it came out the gun and shot him in the face. It's just like, that accurate of a shot.
Yeah.
No, he's insane. Like it's insane how good he is in that game. But yeah, I was just stoked. And
That's
the thing is,
awesome.
when you get like the chicken dinners of that game, you are so fucking stoked because it's like especially after like losing so many times. And then like everybody's just happy. It's like basically giving virtual high fives, you know, Metallica.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that, and yeah, still no vaulting. Fog maps still suck, and there's an article. I think I mentioned earlier. There's an article today about vaulting and the new desert map. So I just like
It's
how
coming.
vaulting is the topic.
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
But yeah, I'm stoked for it. Also, I guess it's still early access, so it's kind of, I guess, not legit to say, but I was talking to you about it. The optimization, the graphics for this game, they have to fucking do something about it because I was playing and I can run the game basically on max, but I'll get like the frame rate drop to like 40 and then like slowly creep up to 60. And Angelo was telling me, and he brought up like you have to keep the foliage on ultra low because that's what it's like the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, you just see the field.
Yeah.
And there's no bullshit. And he was like, yeah, everybody does that. It's like extra low foliage and then something else. And he's like, if you do that, the game runs better, and everybody does that because everything just loads quicker. I'm just like,
Weird.
it's like,
Does it
like,
give you an
shit.
advantage visually?
Yeah.
Or
Oh my god. Yeah. Like after doing that, I could see shit farther If that like
Yeah, that makes sense.
like I could see a Jeep basically across from the continent almost. Like that's how much of an improvement it was. So
That's a good tidbit.
yeah, because usually when I play, especially PC games, I'm just like settings max.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
spend that money, you want it
Yeah.
to fucking.
So they have, especially when it comes to Xbox, they're gonna have to fucking do something about that because that's
Are they
just
bringing
getting
that
ridiculous.
out in a full release, or is that going to be?
Fortnite.
it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be smooth sailing.
But I mean, like, are they going to put that out and say, "Hi, this is done," or is this like, "Hey, this is early access"? Because Xbox One supports
it does.
early access.
It does, but I mean,
It seems really weird.
you're kind of just putting more shit on more problems. It's like the game's not finished yet, technically, so let's keep doing it. It's like the DayZ syndrome, I call it, because one of the reasons why DayZ fucked up so much was because the developers were like, "Hey, we noticed we have like these like list of issues, but it'll be really fucking cool if we made it so we did this.
Yeah.
So these are issues, but it's okay because it's early access, bro. We'll just put more
Yeah.
shit on top of it." And then after that, it was just
Just more problems.
more
Yeah.
to the point when it's like, this is fucking, it's out of hand.
Yeah, build the game that you got in front of
Yeah,
you, not
yeah. So that's PUBG. Still playing it. Still loving it.
It's cool. I'm proud of you for your
Thanks.
chicken.
Now the next challenge is getting the chicken on solo.
That's a
It's-
whole.
That's next level shit.
Yeah.
That's next level
Jason
shit.
Bourne.
Yeah, straight up. But other than that, I have to come to terms with Samus 2, Metroid Returns. I'm just fucking up the title. But every time I've just noticed this because I was on business travel last week and I was sitting there playing in the hotel and I was like, I was just thinking to myself, I have to stop wanting Super Metroid out of this.
Yeah.
I need to get past that.
Yep.
So like now I legit, I didn't restart the game, but I legit went back to your
The
ship
first. Yeah.
and then just started
Oh, nice.
doing it fresh. Not starting a whole new
Yeah,
game.
yeah, but like just
But
getting
just
back to
going
the
back.
areas and yeah.
And then once I did that, I'm kind of enjoying it more. Because
Yeah.
before, like, it would get bad to the point, like, I would play for a couple minutes, and then while I was working, I would just put the Super Metroid soundtrack in the background. Like,
God.
it's such a good fucking
It's
It
so
is.
good. Yeah, it's still so good.
But I just need, I finally came to terms, like, this is not going to be Super Metroid. Or even, like, Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission. It's not.
Yeah.
I need to get over that.
But I like it for what it is. Like
Yeah.
it's
That's what I'm saying. I'm appreciating it for what it is now. Because
Yeah.
when I first bought it, I was thinking, like, fuck,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Super Metroid.
that's not
Yeah.
entirely your fault either.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just the way.
it's the first 2D Metroid since Fusion.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's going to think about that. They always think about Super Metroid. And,
Yeah.
like, if this was a game that was more impactful than that, that wouldn't be the case here. But, you know, it's only natural to think like that because to you, that's the best thing that's happened.
I think
And then also, that keychain doesn't help things either.
Yeah. Still rocking it.
Because,
Yeah.
like, that's a Super Metroid keychain, isn't it?
It
Or
is.
is that supposed to be the Game Boy?
It's straight up.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's programmed in your mind already. Like,
Yeah. That game for what it is though, I think it's a really really
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm treating it like, because it's supposed to be right before Super Metroid, right? The story wise.
yeah.
Because when you start up Super Metroid, it says mother.
Yeah.
That's forgivable
Is that
because
a
of Mother
Freudian
Brain.
slip?
That's the only reason why.
Anita.
God, here we go. Joe's depressed. All right, podcast over. Good job, Ben.
Dude,
But yeah.
if we stopped the podcast because I was depressed, we would have stopped 5 years ago. I mean, come on.
All right, deep.
Very
track
true.
alert.
Yeah, what up?
All right.
But yeah, other than that, getting announced at the end of the year because it will. Like I said, I just need
Yeah,
to
it's
accept,
coming.
and I have accepted it, and I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah, it's
than I
really
did
good.
before.
It's
Yeah.
really, really, really good.
It's a lot of fun. Outside of that, I found out apparently, I don't know, have you played Fallout? You played Fallout.
3.
Yeah.
A little bit of 3.
I know you have. So apparently, I've been playing it wrong.
Oh,
What?
I was at a crab feast with Faith's family last week, and I was talking to her brother-in-law, and that's the one I was telling you about that got the Super NES
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
He was the one that was telling me like nonstop about New Vegas.
Right.
Yeah. So I was talking to him about it, and then he kept bringing up like the radio, and I'm like, "What about the radio?" He's like, "You don't listen to the radio?" I'm like, "Fuck no, dude! Like,
Oh,
like even
yeah,
like
yeah.
Fallout 3, like,
Always had.
boy, turn that shit off,
Yeah.
man." So like, do people normally play with the radio on?
Uh,
did you
I
guys
wander
play?
around a little bit with the radio on.
Some of it I would. After a while with Fallout, I got. No, that's not even true because I don't remember what I did with 3. 3, I remember dicking around with the radio a little bit. But 4, I played some of 4, not a whole bunch. But what I did play at 4, I remember getting to a point where I was like, all right, got it. I'm going to listen to podcasts now while I wander through. And that's kind of what I was doing instead.
Because, I mean, I'm listening to, like, Bill Burr's podcast.
Yeah,
that's, you know what I mean?
That's that kind of game. Like, same thing, like, with Destiny, when I was running through and, like, not the PvP stuff, I'm kind of more focused. But when I'm, like, I did all the treasure maps this week, which you should go do if you haven't done.
Any kind of, like, grinding or wandering.
Podcast.
But, yeah, because he was like, yeah, you got to put the music on. Because he's like, there's so many times, like, I'll hear that song somewhere, and I'm thinking to certain parts that I'll play in New Vegas. I'm like, okay, that part's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't have it all the time, but I left it on here and there. Like, as soon as I got to, like, I need to, like, listen a little bit more, I turned it down. But other than that.
Okay, so maybe, yeah, because, I mean, I don't necessarily
it's iconic. Like, the music is iconic.
But, like, even when I'm playing games in general, I don't really listen to music. Like, if I listen to the game soundtrack, but I'm not listening to, like, actual, like radio-style music.
As long as you're still, like, seeing, like, as you're wandering the wasteland, like, getting those different radio stations, and you're still tuned into those, like, find that location, right?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if it does that in New Vegas.
I don't think
I'm
so.
assuming it does. I thought it did
the way
in
I
3.
see it, I don't necessarily see it as, like, a wrong way. Like, this is just your character. Like, this is how you approach that world.
Yeah, sorry, when I said wrong, I didn't mean, like, I was playing.
Oh
the game
yeah,
back
I know. I mean, it's preferred. Yeah,
Right.
No, I can get that. It helps with the experience overall and everything. But at the same time, I could see a situation where you're in that type of scenario and maybe you just don't have a radio. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's true.
Whistle.
Yeah,
that too. But he did mention other parts that are pretty cool because sometimes the radio host will mention certain missions that you've done.
As you progress through the game, whoever the DJ is or whatever.
So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Is there like a supernatural element to these games? Like, could you hear something like haunting on like a certain radio station
frequency
or
like
something?
Happened.
I think so.
If you gotta get into the vaults a little bit more for that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear like the ghosts of people who died and shit from the radiation.
Or maybe you just find like a looping like SOS signal.
Like
something.
I feel like the most supernatural thing in the actual wasteland itself is like the ghouls, but that's just ghouls. Like super radiant people. But like the vaults are really well done, and especially in 3 in New Vegas, some of those vaults get into some of that.
Cool.
But yeah, the New Vegas vaults are outstanding, like in terms of design, and they're all unique.
Are these like the dungeons of the game?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know those are places where people lived, but
if you tune it to 66.6,
God damn it.
There was one spooky quest in Fallout 4, but it just ended up being a Deathclaw.
There's
everything. It's always
there's the
always
one mission in New Vegas when it's like, I've been hearing voices, but you find out it's like I can't remember. It's like ghouls or mutants or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I still can't believe that fucking game won Game of the Year.
What game?
Fallout 4.
It was such a great game. It's a great game.
For some reason, this is getting. I don't know why this triggered me to think of No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
it's nothing like it. That's not. But like, because
since
I asked,
it was a game.
No. Hold on. No, the reason why I asked that question about the supernatural element because what I wanted out of No Man's Sky.
Was to find creepy shit on planets.
I wanted to find a random ass planet, and then within its core, it's just like this weird ass tunnel of like creepy shit that you just should not find. Like
disfigured models.
No, but something like
out of,
like Lovecraftian, and then it's just like just spiral. It's like a sub game underneath it all. It's like a secret horror game when it's only on this one planet.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Yeah,
but it wasn't, and it's not close to that.
No,
but still doing quests, loving all the. Actually,
did you get out of that DLC you were in, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got real emotional after leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because I don't know because.
Did you? Keep going. I'm gonna ask you if you found something.
Well, I don't know if the other DLCs are like this, but when you finish the DLC, it's not like you just go back in the normal game world. They do like a follow-up story, and if you do certain things in the DLC, it'll be part of the cutscene.
Oh, nice.
So like the courier did this, and because he did this, this person did this, and now all is blah blah blah. And then it's like because I explored all the locations, and the cutscene was like. since the courier went out of his way to discover all the locations, now all the new, like hidden areas have been solved and everybody knows where to go now. Like
That's cool.
shit like that.
Yeah.
So it was.
Now,
it
do
kinda
those DLCs mess with your relationships in like neighboring towns or factions or anything like that? Okay.
Well, I've only played the
okay.
one.
Oh, okay, all right.
So maybe the other ones do. I don't know, but I've done especially recently a lot of quests when it's game changing. Like the one quest I did, I just legit killed all of the Caesar. I killed Caesar, basically.
Yep.
So that definitely changed.
Oh yeah, of course.
rhythm,
Yeah, that definitely changed something.
So I'm still like the main quest. It's cool, but I'm still loving like the DLC.
Just getting lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wandering
great.
around is
Yeah.
the best part of those games.
It's great.
Did you find that fucking what is God? We
talked
2
the
weeks ago.
poisonous.
Yeah. There's a lab one in that DLC. I think you were in. Did you find that one?
There's the mega one.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
waiting. That's why I brought up last week to see if it triggered anything,
Okay.
and I left it. But
So I faced this thing's fucking huge, okay? And I was like, well, I have to kill it.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, like, if it sees you, like, it shoots this like wave thing, and it just like it
Disorients.
knocks out a limb, and you have like 2 health left.
Oh shit.
So but it's like rapid.
Yeah.
So once the other one hits you, you're like, whoa, and it's basically one hit. So like I spent legit 30 minutes just reloading. Like I would knock it down to half health, save, and then like like slowly creep in. When I killed it, like I think I got something like 50 experience or
Oh my
something. I'm like,
God.
dude, no,
Garbage.
no, I wasted all these fucking missiles and stuff. So I basically loaded.
Jeez.
So he's still alive, wandering. Is like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I already killed him before. I killed him, but didn't kill him.
He doesn't know
because
that.
he's like in a lab. He's in a lab, right? You go into a building and not where you expect him,
It's not. Well, you go in like a cavern kind
or
of
something
thing.
like that. Yeah.
But it's the cavern. You have to go out of your way to find it. It's not part of a quest. It's just one of those things when you're just randomly wandering around and it's just there. No, it's dope. I liked it. But other than that, Stories Untold. There's this one horror game on Dreamcast.
All right.
Because I follow like a ton of different Dreamcast Facebook groups. The dorks like me. It's still
called
dreaming,
Sonic
still
by any
dreaming,
chance?
still dreaming.
It makes me so
Is
happy.
it called Sonic by any
No,
chance?
no. No, the thing is, like, especially the hardcore Dreamcast heads are like, technically Sonic Adventure wasn't the best game on it. That's like, all right, calm down. So there's this game called Blue Stinger on Dreamcast.
I remember.
And it's a stinger.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's a stinger.
I won't say too much about it. It's survival horror, but yeah.
You been playing it?
I fired up the Dreamcast and I'm like, dude, this thing fucking still works. I'm
love that.
ecstatic right now. So I'm playing, and Dean even came by and he was like, "Is that a Dreamcast?" I'm like,
He's turning around
What
and
do you
hiss
mean?
like.
and he's like, then he's like, "Where did you get that?" I'm like, "Mother,
We've had it
we've had it."
for
He's like,
15
"You still
fucking
have it?"
years.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Dream World, idiot.
So no, this game it's a survival horror type game.
Oh, God,
and
this box art's so
it's-
good.
It's
Yeah.
If you want to talk about box art, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, that's like
God.
Shenmue.
But the voice acting in this game, it's so fucking bad. Actually, the lead voice actor, he went on to other well-known games. But this was,
Such
I think,
as?
I don't know. I forgot what the
Is
games
this named
were.
Troy Baker?
Huh?
Is this named Troy
No,
Baker?
it's not Troy Baker. It's not Troy Baker. But like, it was like one of his first gigs as a voice actor in games, and you can definitely tell. Like,
Oh, yeah?
It's bad.
But they're
Alright.
all bad at this point.
Yeah,
Like, maybe you just
yeah,
don't know what they
yeah.
are at this point. It's great.
Is it like Resident Evil 1 bad or?
Whoa.
I don't mean bad.
Oh,
I mean
voice
like
acting,
voice acting. Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. That's
You
up
are
there.
almost
that-
a Jill sandwich.
Yeah.
That's like a.
Yeah.
It sounds like he says Jiffle whenever I hear him.
You, the master of unlocking.
Yeah. Hope this isn't Chris's blood.
But I love like the no fingers palming around, like
Yeah.
they're trying to.
But no, that game it's interesting to say the least.
is the main character Elliot?
Shenmue.
Is he?
I don't know, but that guy did the same guy did the voice of Elliot did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I don't know,
for a
is it-
while.
Which Sonic?
Is it?
Yeah, it's Elliot Ballade or something like that.
Ballad.
Like
Yeah,
like TV show Sonic, video game Sonic.
Video games.
An
Sonic
elite
Adventure.
member of the ESE, or it should have just been fucking stars at this
Yeah.
point. God damn it.
Yeah, there's so many like things they just took from Resident Evil. Even when you get like low health, you do like the
There's a
limp thing.
for the name it. There's a game on the Switch that is pretty much just like a roguelike Resident Evil 1 game where it's like you're timed for like 30 minutes.
Don't you have that?
to get like?
I feel like Ben has it on
Me?
Steam.
No, I'm not sure if it's on Steam.
Is it called Vaccine?
I think so. Yeah, because
I
you
saw
have to
that.
go run and get it and
Is
like
that on
kill-
Switch?
Yeah, it's on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
hmm It's like
Dude.
$10 or something.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for the fall sale to come so I can buy it for like $2 on Steam.
Because I just saw that screen. I saw like the cover art for it, and
Yeah.
I saw it like on Ben's, and I was like,
It's
is that
totally
that
Resident
one?
Evil.
Yeah.
Fixed
it's-
fixed angles and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, aside from Blue Stinger, because I'm not gonna talking about that game, but there's this game, another game I've been meaning to play, and like every Halloween I'll get like the major itch to play it.
Yeah.
It's this game called The Legacy. It's this old PC game, like on DOS. I think it was released like 93 or 94.
Mm-hmm.
But this, when people talk about like how Resident Evil, like that game Sweet Home, was like the inspiration for it and whatnot.
Sweet Home.
Yeah, Sweet Home.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure they also played this game because it's you play it's an RPG point and click
All right.
game
Okay.
maybe, and you can select what character you play at the beginning, but the overall thing is like some random cousin gives you their house, like they died and you're on the wheel for the house.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
Wow.
And you go and you select your character, but each character has like certain perks. Like you can select the retired Marine, you can select the magician, so he's obviously gonna go to like magic. The Marine's
Yeah.
gonna be go to like physical
I
based.
hope it's Job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this big mansion, and like it's so like Resident Evil type vibe. But there's zombies, but it's not like Dawn of the Dead zombies. It's
Okay.
like typical monster zombies, because this game it's monsters, and it's got a very like
voodoo zombies.
not even that. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, more like voodoo zombies.
Okay.
A little like this, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's actually
Where
the
it's
screenshot.
like with your screensaver is the maze.
Yeah.
That's what it
That's the kind of game it is. It's
Okay.
like very
yeah.
low-fi.
That's like OG dungeon crawling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty much because like Resident Evil, once you get in the mansion, you find out it's like, oh, there's this whole world in here basically. So
Mhm.
like, there's trap doors that go down to the dungeon and the crypt. Boy, is this fucking game hard.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
shit was hard back
it's
then.
I forgot how hard these games were, because it's those games. It's like, so you start off in this hallway. It looks like the Resident Evil mansion lobby basically, and if you go to the first door to your right, there's a zombie there. Chances are the zombie's gonna kill you because you don't have any weapons. So in order to get a weapon, you have to find your way around, and you eventually find like a revolver, but it's 6 bullets. So you can go fight that zombie again, but chances are you're gonna miss because your
Right.
dexterity's low. So say you kill the zombie, chances are the zombie already fucked you up. You're about quarter health.
Mm.
So you need to get a med kit.
Oh,
So you
this
go
is
to the
fucked.
med kit, and you pick up it's just a box of Band-Aids, and you apply the Band-Aids. Sometimes when you apply the Band-Aid, it's like, you applied the Band-Aid, but it didn't really do anything. So it's like,
You went
this
through all
game,
that
it's like
shit.
for every time you progress, it just punches you right in the fucking face. Like, no, you fucked up, dude. It's like,
This
all
first aid kit only has cotton. I
yeah.
don't-
It's like that. And then I was reading the guide, because you have to like download DOSBox and everything. to
Oh
play it.
yeah.
And they kind of modded it, so it has like WASD controls.
Yeah.
And the person who modded it put like a Word document, and like on the top, it's like in full print, like 100-point font, bold. You're gonna play through multiple times just to understand what the hell is going on. If you see a monster, run. Don't fucking bother fighting it as of right now. So it's
Yeah, I always got the mentality with like the first Resident Evil that I had to kill everything in
Yeah.
order to like be safe, because when you come back, they're not really there.
Right.
But then between that and like Resident Evil 2 or whatever, I learned to like, yeah, you could just
Survival
save your
horror.
ammunition.
It's
You know,
survival
pick your
horror.
fights.
Yeah.
Especially in the remake with the red zombies. I forgot what they're
Yeah,
called.
the Crimson Heads.
Yeah, the Crimson
Yeah,
Heads.
it
Yeah.
fucked you up, man. But this game, it's kind of weird because it's an RPG, so you think like, hey, let me grind. It's like, no, you have to go around.
The battles are like turn-based, or
Yeah,
okay.
kinda.
Is it like real time though?
It's like say when you encounter a zombie, and I'm only saying zombie because that's the only monster I've been able to encounter so far. Eventually, I've seen screenshots, and there's like Lovecraftian style like monsters and creatures and shit.
Yes.
So, you have this like meter. It's kind of like the ATB meter in Final Fantasy, but once you hit, the meter goes down, and that's kind of like your turn. So like if you're just click, the meter would go down all the way, and you would have to wait until the meter goes up.
Oh fuck.
So if you do that, the zombies just straight up like poof, poof, like just fucking wrecking you. Tough game.
What's this called?
It's called The Legacy. This game, it's like it's obscure PC game, whatever. But like they nail like that late 80s, 90s campy horror type vibe, like Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. That shit is my fucking jam.
Dude, that is like when it comes to horror shit, like movie wise, that's my favorite. Like Tales from the Dark Side.
I think Tales from the Crypt is the one thing that's not on HBO's back catalog. Like everything that HBO owns.
Was that originally HBO?
I don't know if it was originally that, but they definitely
bought it.
They own it, yeah.
Okay.
But you can't watch it on like in their HBO Go or HBO Now or any of that shit.
I've always wanted to go back and just because I haven't seen that since I was like legit a kid.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's still good or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's one of those things.
They're supposed to release a new one.
That's what I heard. Like M. Night Shyamalan's supposed to do something with it, right?
Great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just the first episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it was originally HBO.
Oh, really? Damn, that's wild. But yeah, this game, The Legacy, if you're curious about it, I wouldn't even recommend playing it. You have to be patient. Like, you have to have. Well, first you have to have a love for old school PC games because it's DOSBox. And DOSBox, in order if you want to make the window bigger, especially if a bigger monitor, you have to go in the config settings. Yeah, so you might as well just set your screen resolution to 600 by 400. You have to do so many fucking quirks. Yeah. Go out of your way to play it. Just YouTube if you're interested. If not, like, I'm probably not gonna finish playing it because it's so fucking frustrating and hard. Yeah. But I want to. It's just because there's that the exploring part. Because like the way the house is laid out and everything, it's so fucking cool. Yeah. But it's like if the game wasn't so goddamn hard, like. Ugh.
It makes me feel like it'd also be just as like enticing if it was like a tabletop game.
Oh no, it definitely
because a lot of those games rely on your imagination, even though you have visuals, but like it's not specific with some of it.
I'm glad you brought that up because that screenshot you showed, there's like a prompt window, and it'll be like a dungeon master telling you like what happens when you enter a room. Oh, that's like you enter the room, there's this on the floor, blah blah blah. You hear this in the distance.
I'm pretty sure
all that scene setting.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was always called the Puyo Puyo series, but it started out like that kind of game.
Oh, weird.
It was like heavy in the fantasy and like the dungeon crawlingness aspect to it all and everything, and then eventually it spun off and did the little puzzle thing. But it had a very mature look to it. Yeah. So that's just why I thought when I saw that screenshot.
Puzzles plus waifus. Yeah. While you've got DOSBox installed, you gonna flip open a little secret island of Dr. Quandary?
We've had this talk.
I know.
The PC, as much as I love PC version is extremely inferior.
Play the DOS version.
To the Mac version.
You could give it a taste.
Because I've played through the PC version of Dr. Quandary.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first. No, because one of the reasons why I got like into DOSBox was to play that game.
Yeah, that whole. Yeah.
It's inferior in so many ways to the Mac version.
Did you guys ever play that?
Nope. I'm not sure.
Go to thefreecheese.com. You can read all about it.
Great game.
Doing it.
Yeah. Dope. I played a little bit more Cuphead. A little bit. Not a ton. I got through another boss. Got through another run and gun stage. But that game is really good. Like, really good.
Do you think there's going to be Cupheads? Or
well, this one's already co-op if you want it to be.
Or I was just trying to be sly and make a sequel.
I would like that because this. I mean, I don't know how the story wraps up. I assume the story wraps up, all nice and pretty with a bow on top. But yeah, this if they just did another thing where it's just super pretty and different boss mechanics and everything. Because so far, Matt and I talked about it last week. But like so far, every boss has been unique. Every encounter's been unique. Like every obstacle's different. Like there's always a new puzzle to solve as you're playing through. So
that's cool.
That just makes me believe. Like that gives me faith that more like contrast games can exist.
Yeah, it's super like
because that seemed like a dying trend with some games.
Yeah, it definitely disappeared for a while, but I can see it.
Yeah, that's a game I've been meaning to play. I noticed some details when people would point out online with like how it looks inconsistent with some of their designs, like depending on each screen. Cuphead's like gloves and like shoes are different. But the way I see
Whatever.
that, no, here's the thing. My not theory, but just what I think is that it's intentional. Because a lot of cartoons back then, you know, they would go through iterations.
Yeah,
they would always change. And so I just feel like they were just trying to hit all those notes.
I bet they were. I can't imagine they would do that.
Yeah.
Well, after I listened to the episode, I was still on the business trip, and I was talking to my coworker because he was like, he's the guy I showed you when he drew the fucking Castlevania in his style.
Yep.
And he has this like love and extreme passion for like old school animation like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him, because when after I listened to that, because I had no idea what stories, but I didn't know it was like the whole devil thing and like.
I didn't either.
Yeah, because the subtitles like they don't deal with the devil or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that though.
If you just open the main menu and just listen to that little dumb tune, it tells you the whole story and it's clever.
Yeah, it's
quippy.
Yeah.
That's
It's a whole
fucking
dumb little
gnarly.
like barbershop quartet.
Yeah,
exactly.
get the vinyl.
Tuliba diba da choo.
But I was talking to him, and he like already like day one pretty much beat it. Like he was
Cuphead?
that in he was like that in love with it, dude. So I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah, I didn't fucking know the story had to do with like the devil and shit. You're like the soul collector.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and I was like, that didn't really like. Was that there with like I don't remember the old cartoons. He's like, no, there was definitely like little nods here and there, like
Dude.
old Texas Avery style cartoons,
Dude.
like devils and stuff.
Go back to that
Yeah.
shit. It is.
I just-
fucking,
maybe-
Yeah, even Disney.
Yeah.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
it when I was a kid.
No, none of us
Yeah.
did because we weren't, thinking of it.
subliminal, baby.
Yeah. No, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's
So I
really
thought
cool.
that was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see how he beat it in a day. Only like taking a few days off from that game and going back into it, your hands are like, what do I do now? I don't remember. Like muscle memory is a big thing with that game. Is being in that same kind of like twitchy mindset.
Here's something to think about. No matter what genre this game would have been, just because of the aesthetic alone, I'm sure everybody would have tried it
Easily,
at least once.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
one of those times where it's like looks like definitely stood out more than
Totally.
the
That's why
gameplay.
when I came here, I was like, I just want to see what it's like. Like,
Yeah.
in person. You know what I mean?
Like it could have been a dating sim, and like
And we still would have played it,
would've
but
played
it just happens to be a super dope game to play.
Mhm.
Like if this had been 8-bit sprites or 3D models, like it would have been just
a lot of effort was put into it, and it shows.
Yeah.
Like art.
Made in Unity.
Yeah, I'm impressed that it was. Cool. We're gonna take one more quick break. Come back with a lightning round style show and tell, just because time. But yeah, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the final segment of Free Cheese, episode 219. It's time for Show and Tell, where we find things on the internet about video games and bring them here to tell you about them. Congratulations, vampires.
Excuse me?
The vampires beat the werewolves.
And what?
Oh.
The Splatfest
Splatfest.
that all of
Oh,
us
is that
forgot
a
about.
thing?
Yeah, I completely had no idea. Was that your thing?
I've always kind of been a werewolf guy.
Werewolves are more dope. I don't know this.
Which
See,
side was
I don't
Pearl
know.
on?
I know vampires are powerful, but like I don't know.
'Cause I
mean,
think vampires, like, they're dope. But then the
they're
thing,
both good. That's the thing.
Mm,
But like I don't know.
I feel like
I mean,
werewolves
you
would
know
just
where I
fuck
stand.
anybody
Vampires
up.
are alpha, werewolves are beta. But
Wait, where? Are
What?
you vampire?
Yes!
Okay, because you went.
Dracula is his name in Slack.
I know,
Yeah.
but like, there's the one. There was the one Halloween he dressed up as the wolf dude from Nightmare Before Christmas.
I did do that.
Yeah.
That's because he's got a dope costume.
Yeah, he do got a dope.
But
costume.
if you look at my desk in my office, I've got the 4 little vampires from Nightmare Before Christmas
All right.
on my.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. And your name is Dracula on
Yeah.
Slack. I'm an idiot.
No, vampires.
All right.
The real question here is, could you party up?
I have no idea. I didn't
Alright, well
even.
then.
Voice
I won't laugh for
Yeah.
a half an hour.
I forgot about that game existing, so I don't know.
That sounds
Um,
about right.
Wait, are the servers still up for the Wii U version? Like Splatoon? Like
should
first?
be. Yeah, should be.
Like, are people still
Why?
fucking with that?
Why?
I mean, people are still playing Black Ops.
Yeah.
Like one.
I mean, dude, if you jump into the last time I looked at this Splatoon,
yeah, but people actually own like PS3s and shit.
That's
no,
true.
but the last time I looked at the Splatoon Miiverse, Splatoon 1 Miiverse, people were like, I can't find a Switch, or I'm poor, and like it was whatever. Like they were still playing original Splatoon. Yeah, it's out there.
Christmas noobs when it comes, man.
Oof.
That's when it's coming.
Yeah.
Can you party up?
Yeah, cry in Miiverse while you can.
I know it's almost gone.
Can't wait for Destiny noobs. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking eat them all.
What else we got?
ESRB officially came out and said loot boxes are not gambling.
It is.
Which is funny because the UK said, "Yo, Prime Minister, this shit's gambling. Can we do something about it?" So, yeah, I don't know.
So in the the fall of not being spooky, but dropping loot boxes everywhere, left and right, Overwatch, Shadow of War, Destiny, whatever the fucking game is. It's not gambling. ESRB said that is not gambling because you always get something. However, is maybe not always what the player wants. And in that sense, they compared it to like a pack of trading cards, for example, like yours truly, Pokemon. You might not get the Pikachu you wanted instead of that Meowth or whatever.
Interesting.
It's an addiction.
That's a weird way of like looking at it, but like it makes sense. It makes total sense. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, it's yep.
Yeah.
Because the UK, they're having a similar conversation right now, and it's they're trying to get it folded into the same realm as gambling and apply the same gambling laws to loot boxes, which is
I feel like that's a slippery slope that could open up a lot of
yeah.
things.
But you know what?
It's
If
just
I were
like,
the
we're murderers because we use guns.
Yeah.
My favorite thing this week was like I never cared about the loot boxes and like whatever. I get what they are. You get costumes or whatever. But then when Ben said on Slash, "Hey, we get Stories Untold with my PUBG loot crate money," I was like, "Oh shit, this is a real thing." And then I started playing PUBG to make some money.
Yep.
No, even with Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike,
I
yeah.
I went up to like $30 just from selling crates.
Oh no, dude!
It's
Fucking
insane.
James that we used to work with. There was a gun he sold on whatever marketplace. I want to say the one gun was $139.
Yeah, I believe
stupid
it.
like that. Like or even maybe
Damn.
even higher than that. Like if I recall, like he
How do you
sold like,
obtain them?
but
Like
not
in
even. I
PUBG?
think he sold a fucking gun skin for a lot of money.
Yeah, because
it
he
was-
has stat track stuff on it and stuff. Yeah.
Akko sold an AWP skin for like $100.
What
Dude, I think there's like ships in like Star Citizen or like fucking EVE Online.
Oh,
that's a
so-
whole-
EVE Online has an economist for that game, and stock
is
market
wild.
crashes inside of that game.
Yeah,
It's
WoW
wild.
was like that for the longest time, and they had to jump on that shit.
Yeah, that's.
Someone at work told me they were jumping into Eve. I should play with them. I was like,
No,
you
it's
have
too late.
fun with
Yeah,
that.
It's too late. It's too late for EVE.
They
It's too
tried to
late.
recruit me too, and I was like,
you have fun with that
They're
one.
still
your
making
time.
gravestones in EVE. You
Yeah,
can't.
I like casually jumping into Destiny from time to time and playing other things.
That's the furthest I'm gonna
Yeah,
go in MMO
yes.
territory. I came real close to FF14, but even just Eve
Don't
is
do
a
it.
Eve is a different life. That's
Yeah.
Eve was.
If you weren't there in the beginning, it's
Was that the game when it was like they were questioning whether or not it was theft because people would spend like hundreds of dollars on like their ship, and then someone would can't remember, like they would either steal or destroy.
yeah. I mean,
The
you
ship?
could permanently
Yeah.
ruin factions and shit.
Yeah.
That game is.
Like the real ass stock crashes like that happen in like the United States happen in Eve
No, I
because of
believe it.
shit like
I believe
that.
it. I believe
Because
it.
the factions going down. and
There's
stuff
a
like that.
really, I mean, one of the more popular things that popped up. I think it was last year. Was you can go. I think it was a Kotaku story, but there was a fucking overnight attack that happened in Eve. Did you read that?
That's what I think I'm talking about.
yeah.
They had to wait for like there were people who were like recruiting people from Russia because the time zone difference, like they were getting people to defend it was fucking nuts. It's crazy the shit that people do.
Yeah,
It's like
what
real war but in a goddamn game.
The more I read into that game, I'm like, I don't. This
It's awesome.
It's fascinating.
No, but it's
awesome.
it's like a
but
drug.
I
It
can't
has-
do it.
It
Yeah.
sucks that it does. I mean, it doesn't suck that it's a spaceship game, but the fact that that spaceship game has one of the best character creators and it's not utilized fully, it disappoints me a little bit.
I know.
But it's so pretty.
Or you can just play Eve.
There's a game that Eve is connected to. on like PlayStation
Dust.
3.
Yeah, Dust 514.
That's it.
Yeah, because like you can like send in like air
Well, you could.
air supply or whatever. Like they'll shoot down beams to help you out and shit.
That was really that was a cool thing. When
More
it
games
That was a
should do
really
that.
cool concept that it
was ahead of its time.
They didn't release
Yeah.
it right.
I know. But it'll get there.
That's- yeah.
Something like that needs to happen.
Yeah.
The whole idea
More
was
games like that should happen.
a first-person shooter on PlayStation 3 that interacted with the whole world. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I tried playing that game. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
You try playing Eve?
No, Dust.
The tie-in on PS3. Yeah. You guys got anything else?
I don't know if it's really newsworthy. It's just appreciation.
Yeah.
The Mario Odyssey musical trailer.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yep.
Probably more than I should.
Yes.
But damn, is it charming? And like I've heard remixes of it now,
Oh my God,
and I'm like
of
I'm more
course.
addicted to the remixes now than the actual trailer. But
That's really good.
I'm really hyped for that game, which is strange for me because I'm not like I haven't been hyped for Mario since like 64.
Have you read any reviews?
No,
Yeah, I'm avoiding all that
I just
shit.
assumed it was.
I've
like-
seen
I came
numbers.
across one by accident.
I've seen
I'll-
numbers, but I have not read.
I'm sure some are bad and some are good. Like
I
that's
won't say anything.
that's always gonna
I won't say
fluctuate.
anything.
Can leave.
I know it's
Yeah.
it's on loop in my head.
He
Jesus
said
Christ.
musical, and I immediately was like, Ken Lee.
Well, we know what this episode is called.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
I just remember this now. Sega gave out Crazy Taxi on PC for free. If
I
you
saw
took
that.
a survey.
Yeah. Did you get it? Is it
Uh,
over?
I already had the game.
I already had the game. I was just
Oh.
interested about the survey,
Yeah.
and it was really weird questions. They were like, "Why do you go to Sega.com?" There wasn't like an "I don't" button because I don't, but they had things like upcoming games, retro games, next gen consoles.
Did they ask about Phantasy Star?
Next gen consoles.
Next gen consoles was one of the,
Yeah, the Xbox One X.
but like that's not.
Huh.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a
I
weird
thought
thing.
it was off.
I mean, that's got to be coming, right?
Yeah,
I think next year is when we see PlayStation 5.
but then that got me spinning.
I think it's when we first hear. By the end of 2018.
Got me spinning.
Yeah.
What if maybe because there's also like the retro console button too.
Mm.
So what if they're seeing like, hey, maybe we really shouldn't do with games. with
Maybe we
our-
should fucking make our own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a Dreamcast classic or
dude.
a fucking an actual Genesis.
What if they just made an all-in-one box? You choose what you want. You choose the physical console design, whether
Yeah.
you want a Genesis, whether you want a Dreamcast, a Saturn, whatever you want it
even
to look
Master
like.
System?
The controllers are interchangeable, and then you have it. It just plays everything.
That would, I mean, it wouldn't happen, but I would buy that in a heartbeat.
I know.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what the future holds.
I know what the future holds. Starting today, if you're in Japan,
Which we are not.
but we could be,
All right.
and we should be, because starting today,
Mhm.
the Hooters Cross Sonic Forces collaboration menu is live. Now, there's a lot going on here. I'm going to explain everything. We saw this back at TGS, and we were super excited, but
I had no idea what it was.
We were excited.
now
That was.
they have special drinks and menu items from October 16th to December 10th. Participating Hooters in Japan will sell a special chili dog set. You can only order it from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. What? Lunchtime. Purchasing the set also nets you one of 4 coasters. You cannot pick the coaster.
Of course not.
Coaster like the shit you put your drink on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There will also be Sonic decorations in the restaurant, and most exciting, at dinner time, 3 to 5 p.m., the Hooters girls will do a special dance to the Sonic
We're
Forces
going.
theme, Fist Bump.
That's the song that has the guy from
Hoobastank. Yes. So they will play the Hoobastank song.
And this is every day from 3 to 5 p.m. Oh, Christ. Oh.
Sonic 06 had Zebra Head. It's like it's so Sonic though.
I know. It still hurts.
Well, modern Sonic.
so,
not-
God damn it.
I'm
There it
so
is.
excited for the new Sonic game.
There it is.
All right, so when are we going? Plane tickets.
Japan. I'm really hoping that this
Rather
comes
record.
It
to
won't.
America.
It won't.
Come
It will
on.
100%
Why do
will
we
not.
want this in America?
First,
So we
okay,
can experience, dude. I mean, that's the.
Yeah,
come
but
on.
like, the demographic for Hooters is not gamers.
When was the last time been to Hooters?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but let me tell you what. The goddamn the buffalo chicken sandwich they have is fucking
Yeah?
great. Yeah.
What if you can only get that between 3 and 5 though?
Whatever, man. I'm there.
I'm there 3 to 5 p.m.
Yep. That's when I'll be
I'm
there.
surprised there's a Hooters in Japan, and it's still
I'm not.
open.
Well, maybe that part I'm still shocked about.
Yeah.
So I feel like Japan, like you got all that dope shit to eat, and then there's
All the
Hooters.
weird shit at that
I'm
McDonald's over there.
Yeah, man.
I really thought they were going to make like an owl character for Sonic.
Yeah, you-
I don't. Luckily, there isn't. But
There is a
there?
custom character
For-
creator.
but an owl is not an option.
Pre-order Sonic Forces
time,
at Hooters,
yeah.
and you get.
Yep. The fucked up thing
Hooter
too
the
is
Hedgehog.
it's $12 for that goddamn meal.
That's not bad.
Look at the chili dog though. Like you get like 7 French fries.
Is it a foot long?
It looks long, but it's real thin.
Well,
I
You know what I
know.
like about that? They didn't like
Ain't no girth.
they didn't like Photoshop it or spice it up in any way. Like that legit just looks like what you're getting.
Or no,
Right.
Look
no,
at that
or it's
pathetic
worse than
size
that.
of a hot dog.
Or it's worse than that.
They did Photoshop. it. That's the
God
bad
damn it.
part. Yeah,
What's that? All right, so you said the food. What's the drinks? What are drink choices?
Yeah, what's up with
it's
drinks?
not listed. I don't know.
I see a blue.
I mean, here. I'll try and translate the Japanese webpage.
Yeah, you,
I don't
you
care that
speak
much.
Japanese, right?
Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me take a
yeah,
look
yeah.
here. Let me put on my kanji glasses.
Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, it says it's a fucking drink. Look at that.
It's probably just water with blue.
I don't know. It could be like an alcoholic hurricane type drink.
Maybe.
I don't know.
could be the Jones soda.
I will find out in a second.
It's probably some like marble soda type thing.
Yeah.
What the shit?
Why Hooters though, man?
That's
I don't
why
know.
you're having issues. You want the
Is
big.
it because they have an
No.
animal for a mascot? I don't
know.
There you go. Now you're using the right one. Now we're playing with power.
Did like the owner of Sega and owner of Hooters had like a special dinner or something?
All right, here. This is
Friends.
this is the exact translation of the webpage. It's gonna be kind of weird, but anyway, what the fuck? It's the
It's a
coasters.
soda. Citrus soda.
Where do you see that?
You didn't see it? It's right here.
Oh yeah, and a set of. Oh yeah, we will sell the favorite character chili dog of the character appearing in the game Sonic the Hedgehog and a set of citrus soda that imaged Sonic. Oh, pictures. Wait, what?
All right, we got it.
Yeah, it's
soda.
citrus sodas.
Soda
Yeah.
is
It's
not
funny
fun.
that
Blue
became-
soda.
It's funny that it became like Chili Dog is an iconic thing because that's only because of the show, not
Yeah.
even the video games.
Yeah, I don't know. Except I always thought in Casino Night Zone,
That's
the
like
little
a-
things you bounce on, I thought they looked like chili dogs.
Hmm.
Those little like
Yeah.
red. They were green,
like,
yellow, red.
I remember that.
always
It's like
thought
Ninja Turtles with pizza. That was only because of the show that they
yeah.
became like obsessed with it.
that. And the comic books.
Archie comics maybe,
Yeah,
not Mirage.
Mirage. Well, that's gonna be the Free Cheese episode 219. 5 years,
Cinco.
5 of them. There it is. If you like this episode, you can subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play. You can find it on our website, thefreecheese.com, where we have lots of other stuff, like cool videos of Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
And the 10th part of Matt Never Played Shovel Knight, as well as some more Hitman with a Hammer, and so much more to come. You can follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Ben is at SevBenz. Mark is at Og_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Send us an email, podcast@thefreecheese.com, if you have things to say, feedback, questions, any of the above. any of the above or more. Anything else?
Ken Lee.
Happy
Ken
5th.
Lee.
Yeah, happy 5th.
Bird up.
Bird up.